All right, ladies and germs, it's time for the late night boxing talks. I know y'all all heard the news. I'm excited about it too. Don't get me wrong, but this is a subject that we've talked about many times over on the late night boxing talks. Y'all heard, you already know how I feel about a B-ball fight. You know how most of the panelists feel about a B-ball fight, as opposed to what other fights are out there. There's not much to add to that conversation. The only real subject that needs to be touched on in reference to Canelo Alvarez's most recent decision, two, what could soon be a three-fight deal with Matchroom. And there are elements of that I want to save for the relay. There are elements of that I don't necessarily want to discuss here and now. What I do want to discuss is the fallout and how I like the 2 to 3 fights. I think that Canelo Alvarez already has a Hall of Fame career. There's a lot of people that want to be in denial about that, but those people don't count. And the reason they don't count is because they don't actually support the sport of boxing. These are people with a straight face who will take to social media and urge you to buy fights like Thurman versus Barrios, Spence versus Ugas, fucking the Wilder trilogy. These are these people. But you're telling me when it comes to the cash cow of boxing, you don't want to support that. You don't want to pull out your wallet and purchase it. You're telling me that you're more intrigued by that garbage than you are Canelo versus Bivol. Well, guess what? Not only do I not believe you, but I don't care. And nobody cares, actually. And we all know at the end of the day that Canelo Alvarez is the cash cow of boxing, irrespective of the snap judgments and criticisms of guys who don't fucking buy pay-per-views anyway. That's why so much of what they say falls on deaf ears. It's because in the greatest scheme of things, you're not a unit. You're not a metric. You're not a paying customer. In order for what you really say to matter and for your patronage to count, you have to actually patronize the sport of boxing. You can pretend that you love everything Charlo's doing, or maybe you do. You can pretend that David Benavidez is the #1 super middleweight in the world. God knows he does. And his promoter or his manager or whatever Samson Lukowicz is, you can pretend that these guys are better than what they are. But in the real world, the people in the real world, they don't agree with you. They don't think so. They don't think much of those fighters because of how they've been matched. When you try to convince someone like me that Bivol is no good, but these guys are supposed to be better, what is that based on? What exactly is that based on? I saw a comment from David Benavidez, and I'm going to read this to you guys. The comment reads, per tweet from Lance Pugmire, "We all knew Canelo wouldn't want to fight me. He's fought his tough fights. He's a businessman. Bear in mind, this is the same guy whose promoter delayed the Caleb Plant fight. This is the same guy who said he won't do that fight unless it's on pay-per-view. But now all of a sudden, we're supposed to look at him like he's some kind of fucking Spartan, right? He says he's a businessman. For him, it's not fighting the best, as if David Benavidez has fought the best. For him, it's not about fighting the best, it's business. I'm focused on fighting the best fights I can get with fighters who are willing to fight me." And when exactly has David Benavidez fought the best? When did that happen? When did he establish himself as the best super middleweight in the world? When did that happen? Was it when he lost his title sniffing coke? Or was it when he lost the title on the scales because he couldn't make the weight? When did he establish himself as the best? When he fought Kyron Davis, Ronald Ellis? When? When did that happen? You see, this is a free country. Everybody's free to say what they want and think what they want. Your problem is the majority of the paying public doesn't agree with you. You can say that shit and you can get 1 or 2 guys to believe it. But unless those 1 or 2 guys are part of the majority of people that pay to see boxing, unless they're a part of that group, the shit you saying don't matter because don't nobody believe you. When did David Benavidez start fighting the best? When he had a belt, there were 2 separate cycles of world champions while he had his belt. 2 separate cycles. Zerto Ramirez had the WBO. James DeGale had the IBF. George Groves had the WBA. Which one of those champions did he try to fight? Which one? Did you try to unify with any of those guys? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. The belts change hands, people retire, people move up in weight. Callum Smith ends up with the WBA, right? Billy Joe Saunders ends up with the WBO. Caleb Plant ended up with the IBF. Did you try to fight any of them? Did you try to fight any of those fighters? No, you didn't. And you were at super middleweight before Canelo Alvarez, before he even started this undisputed shit. You already had a belt. You had access to at least one of those guys, and you didn't fight him. So when the fuck did fighting David Benavidez start? When did that equate to the best versus the best? Jaime Nieto, shout out to Jaime. He says, I'm excited for this B-Ball fight. It's tougher than Charlo and Benavidez. Canelo gonna force these dudes to fight each other or keep looking like clowns. Thank you, Juan. Thank you, Jaime, because that's what I look at it as. It's plain old clout chasing. It's clout chasing. Bro, how you gonna call Canelo a businessman when he a 4-division champion and you not? When he unified in your division and you didn't? When he became undisputed and you didn't? At some point, the shit these guys are saying becomes pure fucking comedy. It's comedy. David does realize he's going to piss off Mexican fans saying Canelo's not fighting the best and is a businessman. He does know that because Canelo is a businessman is why the paydays are high for his opponents. Now, I'm going to do you one better. Canelo Alvarez only gets paid the way he get paid because he is a legacy fighter. All the top earning boxers in the sport of boxing are legacy fighters. Think about it. Think about it. Sugar Ray Leonard, Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. Look at the legacies that they have. Look at the legacies as fighters that they have. The only reason Canelo Alvarez is getting this kind of money is because he fought the fights to get people behind him. Believe it or not, I used to be very critical of Canelo Alvarez. The people that have been with this channel from the very beginning, they know that I used to be critical of Canelo. He couldn't do nothing right for me. He couldn't do nothing right. But when I saw that after the Golovkin fight, he chose to unify with Danny Jacobs, I was like, all right, I'm going to give you a chance, Canelo, because I like this fight. I like that you're unifying. So I'm going to give you a chance. I'm going to see, I'm going to give you a break. And every fight after that, he continued to make me a supporter. He continued to make me a believer. Like, all right, I like that fight. I like that fight. I like what he's doing. I didn't used to always be supportive of the moves that Canelo Alvarez was making. I see now in hindsight that a good number of those moves were likely coming from Golden Boy Promotions who wanted to protect their golden goose. And I mean, you fighting Amir Khan at 155 pounds, the fuck am I supposed to say, right? But things have changed. Canelo Alvarez has transcended to where he's his own man. He's his own business. He makes his own decisions. And I like what he's doing. Jaime Nieto says, so it's Canelo's fault David wasted his possible opportunity at 168 because he was undisciplined, missing weight, and snorting coke. That's the same shit I'm saying, bro. It's the same. Like, yo, how you really going to sit there and try to convince the people that watch boxing, that pay for boxing, that keep up with the sport? How you really going to sit there and try to convince them that Canelo don't want to fight the best when he fought Cotto? Who did you fight? He fought Floyd. Who did you fight? He fought Golovkin 2 times. Who did you fight? He fought Jacobs that some people thought beat Golovkin. Who did you fight? Who? He became undisputed in your weight class before you, and you was there before him. When did David Benavidez become the best at 168? Yo says, I thought David had to fight Lemieux and then Andre. Why is he complaining? Thank you, yo. I'm so glad you brought that up. Right now, David Benavidez is en route to a WBC final eliminator for David Lemieux. You ain't like you wasn't even in that shit, bro. Your next fight wasn't gonna be Canelo. Your next fight. So what you mad about? 2 weeks ago, David Benavidez said that he was in a good position. I laughed at that fucking shit. The video is still up. It's on the thumbnail. The one where David Benavidez said, oh, I'm in a good position. How the fuck you in a good position? Your promoter fucked up the Caleb Plant fight. Now Caleb ain't got no belt for you to win. You can fight him, but who gonna give a fuck? The value of the fight has diminished because your promoter let Canelo take his O and his belt instead of letting you do that. That was your promoter that did that. And you gonna sit there and take it, waiting for people to feel sorry for you. But bro, this is not the pity game. This is the fight game. And your fights, a lot of people don't care about that shit. You need to tell your manager, tell your promoter, the matchmaker, you need to talk to somebody because they fucking up his career. I've been saying that. I think David really want them fights. But if you gonna let them fuck up your career, that's on you, man. You need to get, Samson B. If you can't get me this shit, we gonna have a problem. We gonna have a problem because you let Canelo beat me to Caleb Plant. I was already here with Caleb Plant on the PBC side of things, and you the one that said you wanted to wait. You the one that said we want to do 2 more fights and do it on pay-per-view. All that shit is on camera. I tell you no lies, all right? If you really want people to believe that you fighting the best, you fucking crazy. Who's the best guy you fought? Drew says, how you think Mexican fans will react to David comment? Yo, I think the Mexican fans is going to look at him funny, bro. If you want me to be real, I think they're going to look at him funny. You talk that shit, but you don't walk that shit. You had access to Caleb before Canelo. They didn't make the fight. When Zerto was at 168, did you try to fight him? That would have been a good old scrap. Zerto Ramirez versus David Benavidez for the WBC and WBO titles. You didn't try to fight him. Your people didn't try to make that fight. You let the politics get in the way of your legacy, and that's why you don't get the money that this kid get. There's this weird shit going on in boxing, a perversion, an interpretation of certain careers that you supposed to separate the legacy from the money. When without the legacy, you don't get the money. You don't get the money. All the guys that got paid a lot of bread in the sport of boxing, think about who they are and think about who they fought. These is all legacy fighters, bro. Oscar, win or lose, fought motherfuckers. Win or lose, he fought motherfuckers. Win or lose. Pernell Whitaker, Felix Trinidad, motherfucking Bernard Hopkins, fucking Vargas, El Ferros, he fucking fought Vargas. Like, bro, why you think he was getting the money he was getting? Because he was fighting in fights that people want to see. But when you fighting in fights that don't nobody give a fuck about, well, where the money gonna come from? George says, Canelo deserves some criticism, but I'm getting tired of other guys pretending they're the best. They don't want Canelo money like everyone else. No, you know what the other shit is, bro? They don't want a legacy. They don't want to have fans because they don't want to do the work you need to do to get fans. In order for you to get fans and people behind you, you got to do the work. You got to fight the fights. It really ain't no 2 ways about it. Motherfuckers not going to pay for a ticket to be there or purchase a pay-per-view if you fighting in some bullshit ass fights. They not. It's like, it's a lot more simple than people make it out to be. If your fights don't capture people's interest and don't spark their imagination, like, damn, I don't know what's going to happen in that shit, right? Most motherfuckers don't remember that ahead of the Cotto fight, regardless of how the bookies had it, the people on the ground, they didn't know. It was a 50-50 fight. That's how they looked at that shit. Like, yo, Cotto versus Canelo, that's a 50-50 fight. Comments saying Mexican fans don't like Canelo, but the numbers say the opposite. Listen, man, if motherfuckers didn't like what Canelo was doing, let me put it to you another way. If they didn't like what he was doing, his numbers would look like David's numbers. His numbers would look like Charlo's numbers if they didn't like what he was doing. The motherfuckers that don't like what he was doing, near as I could tell, these ain't motherfuckers that buy fights, because the motherfuckers that buy fights, they keep showing up in his numbers. They keep buying his shit. All right, what's goody, Ron? You better join this panel, Ron. Better join this panel, Ron. I'm going to put this link in here. You better join this shit. We're going to talk this shit. We're going to talk this fucking shit tonight. You know what I mean? Like the shit ain't complicated. A motherfucker could sit there on Twitter or Facebook making YouTube videos all motherfucking day about how Canelo sucked. But in the real world, his numbers is better than the guys you talking about. And it's a reason for that. It's because people care about what he doing and they don't give a fuck about what they doing. That's what's going on, bro. That's the way it always been. That's the way it's always going to be. Because you selling fights, not dreams. Leighton Evelyn says, Jules, but I appreciate you, Leighton. Appreciate you. We got Country in the building, Drew in the building, Leo in the building, Virtuoso in the building, Chris in the building.
What up, fellas?
And you know what I'm saying?
Happy Friday.
You know what I'm saying?
Hello, everyone.
My thing is like,
Keep going, Jules. Champ that shit, Jules. Champ that shit.
Now, my thing is like, motherfuckers will sit there all day taking slices out their own motherfucking life, trying to play this pretend game like Canelo ain't shit. He don't want to fight the best. Let me tell you what, bro. Whatever the fuck you think and whatever the fuck he doing, somebody interested in that shit. 70,000 for Billy Joe fucking Saunders, bro. 70 fucking thousand people to see him fight Billy Joe Saunders.
Yo, that's AJ numbers, bro. Damn near. That's AJ numbers in Principality State.
Yeah, he's up there, bro. He's right up there with AJ.
Now let me say this. One at a time. Jaime Nieto says he's a businessman, yet he unified a division in 11 months and moved to 175 to fight a prime champ. If it's so easy, that's the fucking question, bro. That's the if it's so easy to beat Bivol, then why the fuck you ain't do it? Why you fighting Ronald Ellis instead of fighting for a belt? I'm gonna go around the panel as concisely as you can. Give me your reaction to the news. Leo, I'm gonna start with you.
Look, what's up, guys? I was watching Teddy Atlas commenting on Canelo's move to fight Bivol and Triple G, and I kind of agree because, okay, you fight Carlos Mint, Billy Joe Saunders, and Caleb Plant. Of those three fighters, Carlos Smith for me was the most formidable guy at 168.
Mm-hmm.
And I give Teddy Atlas credit because he's a boxing guy. So you see these guys like, I don't know, this mandatory of the WBC, how's he, Gildering?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Those kind of guys, they are not gonna give you the all-time great status. I don't think fighting a guy like Caleb Plant can give you that, even if he's a champion, because it's not that good, it's not that tested.
Hold on, wait. Let me talk, but bro, let me talk.
Okay.
This is where I disagree with Teddy. Teddy, you was sucking Vasyl Lomachenko dick, bro. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I don't care. No, wait. I'm not done. This is real rap. Teddy, you was crowning Vasyl Lomachenko ahead of Terrence Crawford. I saw you do it. I saw you do it. And I didn't agree with you then. Now, who got another loss on their record? Vasyl Lomachenko. Who don't? Terrence Crawford. Do I think that Loma's a bad fighter because he lost the fight? No, of course not. I'm not a fucking casual. But you was telling everybody that this is the guy, that this is the best in the world. No, he not. I knew that. Just like when you was high on Golovkin. I didn't crown him pound for pound number one. That wasn't my vote. It was Choco, and then it was Ward for a little while because he fucking retired. And then it was motherfucking Crawford. While you was over here, Loma this, Loma that. Bro, at this point, Teddy just need to keep making MMA videos because his boxing takes a shit. Boxing takes a shit.
And he looked Crawford in the face and said, excuse me, let me finish.
Hold on, time. Go ahead, Leo.
Let me finish. I cannot argue with Canelo's career because it's a good career, possibly great career at the end of it. But if we want to talk about all-time great status, like Julio César Chávez Sr., Eric Morales.
Okay, Leo. Espera un momento, déjame decir esta vaina.
Get him, Jules.
No, es la vaina. No me digas tú de que Abney Yildirim es esto y él es lo otro, pero Chávez está peleando con Ramon Arumburu. Look up Ramon Arumburu and compare his record to Avni Yildirim.
Yeah,
Do it. Don't do it. Do it.
let me finish. Let me finish. I agree with you, but fighting a guy like Vivo, now we are talking. For me, fighting a guy because Vivo, I give better chances to Vivo to beat Canelo than everyone else. Benavides, fuck Benavides.
Yes, sir.
Who was he fight?
Nadie.
Charlo, fuck him.
Fuck
Who was he
him.
fuck?
Vete pa'l
I, ca-
diablo.
I cannot see any of those guys defeating Canelo. Not a chance. But Vivo, he has a chance. He has the style. He has the skills. He has the resume. He has it. So
Pero también, déjame decir esto. Ok, que cuando Chávez peleó con Greg Haugen, ¿verdad? A lot of people came to that fight. I think he broke a record with Greg Haugen, right? And I'm not one of these guys that romanticizes the past. Greg Haugen was not an all-time great. Greg Haugen that was not viewed as a 50-50 fight. You see what I mean? The only reason that the Greg Haugen fight got so much attention was because Greg was talking shit. He was talking talking some real cash shit, and it got a lot of attention. So when I see that Chavez can have a Greg Haugen in his resume, a Ramon Arumburu, motherfucker, they wouldn't even let Canelo fight a motherfucker like that here today. They wouldn't. It's a lot of guys.
Ramon was 0-1 fighting Chavez. And in all fairness,
Wait, Chris, what was Chavez's record when he fought Ramon Arumburu?
Probably 80 and something. 80.
Look that
81?
shit up. Look that shit up for us, please. We got to talk this shit. We got to talk this shit.
In all fairness, Greg Haugen was a champion who did beat Vinny Pazienza. So,
bro, Callum Smith is a champion.
That's true.
He beat George Groves. Billy Joe Saunders is a 2-division champion. 2-division champion. All right.
Real quick, I can go through every all-time greats resume and find a guy he fought after being a certified champion that was making a debut, that was a stay busy fight. So Teddy Atlas can go fuck off. Every Hall of Fame fighter has one of those fights.
Let me talk this shit, and I'm gonna go around. This is my problem. It's not that Canelo's resume is perfect. It's that nobody's resume is perfect. Not even Floyd's resume ain't perfect. I'm sorry to say. Right. Just because you never got beat, motherfucker. Like just because you never got beat, fuck out of here, B. That don't make that ain't everything. My whole thing is be fair. If you could sit there and you gotta change your pants because Vasyl Lomachenko fought Rocky Martinez in his second weight class, if that shit if you get off on that, how you gonna tell me that you that critical of Canelo? It don't make sense. Canelo fought Trout. Yo, I swear to God, if the Trout that Canelo fought was around, these motherfuckers wouldn't have fought him. No, they wouldn't have fought him. They wouldn't have fought him. I'm telling you, they wouldn't have fought him.
Hey, well, Jules, they didn't want to fight him after that Cotto fight, Jules.
Fucking bullshit. Now let me pass it to Drew. Drew, go ahead.
The first thing that came to mind was laughter, Jules. Just because I knew how you was gonna get off, I knew how everybody that was gonna talk that shit get off. And then when word came that it's a 3-fight deal for 160, that let me know right now that they was outmaneuvering PBC from jump. Mm-hmm. They let them show their face and show their hand, and like, okay, that's what you got. Oh, nah, we're gonna go over here. We're gonna do our thing. And Canelo, I don't think Canelo's got that long in the sport, Jules. I think maybe 2-3 years tops.
I mean,
and he's done.
I agree with you because look at the rate that he's fighting. Look at the rate. And the other thing is, look, I'm going to keep it real with you. And you heard me say this, Drew. If he would have decided, you know what, I'm good, I'd have been cool. I'd like, yo, he got a Hall of Fame career. He's a 4-division champion, undisputed.
And second that.
3-time lineal. 3-time. Wait, was he lineal? Yeah, he was. I think he was at junior middle. I think he was. Bro, what the fuck else is there left to do? He fought the guys that these guys still. Yo, which Charlo brother fought Lara? Somebody tell me. Which one?
and to add to that, Jules, seeing what David just put out as spin material, I'm like, David, bro, seriously, bro, come on. You really gonna try to say that to paying fans? Bro. And on top of that, that just lets me know that PBC's they're done, bro. PBC's done. Canelo's making big moves. Tell you to answer this for me, Jules. Let's say we take Canelo out the game. Is there who's the fighter that's going to generate that kind of revenue for them?
None of them. None of them.
Canelo is carrying the fucking sport.
None of them. Like what I see now is look, and I want Canelo to get out after this.
Well, what's left?
That will fix the sport. You're right, Jules. That will reset the market. That will make these guys hungry. They'll have to fight each other.
Now let me go to Country. Country, what's your reaction to the shit? How do you feel?
You know, I'm actually happy he's fighting Bivol. I think it's the best fight out there, the biggest challenge, and that's what I want to see. The thing with Golovkin, unfinished business, I think it's a little too late myself, in my opinion. However, it is unfinished business between them. Golovkin's probably going to get stopped or knocked out, more than likely.
Country, I got to ask you a question. If I told you, if I asked you, yo, Country, you want to see Gennady Golovkin get knocked out? I just want to know if you would want to see that.
Shit, yeah. Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Not because I don't like Golovkin, but because I'm a boxing fan and I love a good knockout. You know what I mean?
It's more the curiosity.
Guys, I very much like
What's left for
Golovkin, and I want to see him
after he
knock
gets
the fuck
after that
out.
3-fight deal? What's left for him? What does he
I
do?
mean, well, look, this is the thing, right? Canelo, to me, at least to me, and I don't think that everybody has processed this yet, he can lose, bro, because that's where he's at. He can lose. It's cool, bro. You great already. You great already. You it, bro. Who the fuck in this era was doing it like him? Nobody. Nobody. Right. This is the era after Manny, the era after Floyd. So in that era, all right, was Charlo a 4-division champion?
Nope.
No. Was he undisputed?
Nope.
Was Benavidez?
Nope.
Was Golovkin?
Nope.
What the fuck are we talking about then? What the fuck are we talking about?
Julius.
Jules, what was Jules? Real quick, Jules. What was your first reaction when the news was confirmed, Jules?
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I wasn't surprised. I'm gonna say that. That's how when I heard it, I'm like, all right, that it felt like that's what you were gonna do. It felt like that's where you were going because I saw the tweet that the talks between Canelo and the PBC, they've been broke off. There's nothing going on. I seen that from Mike Coppinger, and I believed it. Like, yeah, I could see that because, like, bro, what the fuck y'all got for this dude? Like, this is the thing, right? I think what sweetened the deal might have been the Golovkin fight, and here's why. In a Bivol fight, Canelo brings all the value to the table. In a Charlo fight, Canelo brings all the value to the table. In a Benavidez fight, Canelo brings all the value to the table. What's the difference? Bivol gives you a belt to fight for. That's the difference. Add to your legacy. That's one. But two, not a single one of those fights is a bigger financial fight, a bigger commercial fight than a Golovkin trilogy. Why? You lazy motherfuckers. Yo, he's still the biggest name outside of Canelo. This old ass motherfucker is still the biggest name at or around these weights. The only name bigger than his is Canelo. So you still, you in other words, you didn't change the situation. You had 4 years to change the situation. Like, all right, Golovkin popping, fake popping. I'm going to beat the shit out of everybody till he got to come see me. They not like that. They not like that. They don't got that. They don't have that mentality. So, of course, he's going to return to Golovkin because, look, I could knock this motherfucker out easy now. And I'm going to get more money knocking his ass out than fucking with you. And he's still a bigger, better name on my resume than you. That's your fault.
And to add to that, Jules, are you saving your thoughts on it being a 3-fight deal for the relay? Or
yeah, I'm saving. I don't want to get because I don't want. There's certain aspects of it that I want to save because I got a knot in my chest for the complainers and the bitch ass. Oh, I got so many screenshots.
Because last time I checked, 160 million is more than 100 million.
Bro, it ain't even that. It's that certain shit, even though it hurt people's feelings, it need to get said. You only loud about this fighter because don't nobody give a fuck about that fighter. And the only place your fandom exists is in this fake ass digital world. In the real world, motherfuckers are spending cash money for Canelo. Why? Because people like the fights he's in. You want to pretend that people don't like the fights that he's in. Do that shit on your own time. Go ahead, do that shit on your channel, on your Twitter, on your Facebook. Tell your mother, call her, tell her Canelo ain't shit. Tell somebody who cares, because the people that pay for boxing, they're showing up in the numbers. It's
100, you 100, bro, 100.
It's simple. It's always been that way. The reason that Sugar Ray Leonard was a cash cow, look at his resume. Just look at it. Look at it. The reason that Oscar was a cash cow, look at his resume. Look at it. Manny, Floyd, look at their resume. It's not a coincidence that the guys that get a lot of money also got some damn good resumes. It's not a coincidence. These dudes is trying to find a shortcut. That's what they trying to do, and it's not going to work. So now, for the next 2 to 3 fights, you motherfuckers better find something to do, because Canelo ain't here for you, bro. He ain't here for you. They talking about some John Ryder and Makabu. I wouldn't be mad if Canelo fought Logan Paul for the 3rd fight.
Hey, yeah, gut feeling right now, Jules. Who's that 3rd fight?
I'm gonna tell you something that might scare you.
Better be.
Uh-oh.
Nah.
Uh-oh.
Nah. Y'all better pay attention to that Bivol fight. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all better pay
Canelo
attention to that shit.
Look at him. He's
Can I
teasing for
just
the
add
relay.
one
Look at
thing?
him. He's
Can
Yeah,
I
teasing
just
I'm,
add
for the
one
yo,
relay.
I'm being real with you, bro. It's not
Look.
Killer Plant. It ain't Billy Joe Saunders. All right.
Listen,
Ooh.
I look at that matchup as a very interesting style matchup. You got pure boxer versus a slugger who more of a swarmer, but he's a very good, responsible boxer puncher in Canelo, who knows how to switch styles a bit. But dealing with that length and that footwork, people been telling me, up and down, all these years that Canelo doesn't have the greatest of footwork, but Bivol does. And so the thing is, though, Bivol, the only thing that concerns me is that Bivol doesn't sit on his punches. I do think it's still advantage Canelo, but he presents challenges that I don't think these other fighters that they mentioned, are to me are easy to exploit with Benavidez and Charlo.
Let me say
So
this. Let me say this. Bivol has a good amateur style that plays out okay in the pros. Somebody mute your mic because I hear an echo. Bivol has a similar, not identical, but he has similarities to Lara. So if you motherfuckers would sit there begging for Lara to get a fight, I don't see why you'd have a problem with a bigger pure boxer, because that's what Bivol is. He's a light heavyweight whose base style is a pure boxer. Stick and move, straight punches from the outside on the balls of his feet, moving around the ring. It's a difficult style. You know what I mean? I don't like, if you want to pretend that that's not a good fight, hey, yo, tell somebody who gives a shit, bro, honestly, because I'm buying the fight. I'm buying it. Believe it. And I'm buying the other one. And if he do fight Makabu, I'll buy that one too, because it's fucking Canelo. If I'm going to pay for pay-per-view for any one of these motherfuckers that be fighting, it'll be Canelo's before these motherfuckers.
100%.
We agree that
Julius is so militant about it.
Can we agree that Bivol might have the better footwork, but the lateral movement, that's Canelo's? The torso movement?
I would say, yeah, because Bivol, if you watch his torso when he's fighting, he doesn't really change levels a lot. He doesn't really come in at a slight crouch. He's kind of upright, very European style, which, look, there's nothing wrong with that. Different styles, different strokes, different folks. But what I see is he's very upright. Upright.
When you're talking European style, that's naughty to say that we all comes like stiff robots. That's wrong, mate. It's wrong.
No. I don't even mean it like that. I don't even mean it like that, because it has its virtues. Like Vosdick. Vosdick was a guy, and I noticed it ahead of the Better Beef fight, that Vosdick has very good feet, but his torso, it doesn't move much. That's it doesn't move much. Callum, same kind of shit. Decent catch and shoot, good straight punches, but I don't see his torso move. And because he's so tall, he's not gonna come in at a slight crouch. He's really tall. If anything, he's gonna angle off and straighten out his arm. If I say, oh, he got a European style, that's not good or bad. That is a characteristic. The same way that Americans got a certain style, the same way that Argentinian fighters, they got certain styles. It's identifying it. It's not good or bad.
When anyone says like an American style, they think a mover. It's a mover. It's a mover. It's a mover. When you come across as like a European style, everyone thinks robotic, and it's not fair, bro. It's not fair.
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, but the other thing I'm gonna say is, since when is robotic bad though? Vosdick beat the fuck out of motherfucking Stevenson being robotic.
Damn near killed him.
Damn near killed that man.
Also
I'm
put
not.
down Matisse.
Yeah, like, yo, talk about Victor Pastor torso look like a goddamn coat rack when he fight. It don't move. Like he move, but his
It's a
torso
moving
don't
door.
move.
That's what it is.
But you can't let, and I don't let the goofy shit that these motherfuckers like. That shit don't got nothing to do with what I think, because my brain don't work like that. What I know is some fighters, they move their torso a lot. Some fighters, some don't. Like you'll see guys, they'll come in at a slight crouch, like Derek Chisora. Now, is Derek Chisora, does he have a European style? No,
Nope.
but he's in fucking Europe. When I say European style, I'm talking about the guys that they'll move their feet, but they don't necessarily move their torso. Is that a
Bruv.
bad thing? Is that a bad thing? No, it's not about it being good or bad. It's just is what it is.
Bro, I'm not confusing you that, but it's not you. It's the majority of people think European styles robotic, and it's not robotic, mate.
I'm gonna ask you a question,
It's the way you're taught to.
I'm gonna ask you a question, Leighton. Who won more medals, gold medals, in the last Olympics? The Europeans or the Americans?
The European.
Fucking Britain won more, and we can fit in Texas 3 times more than anyone else. Do you know what I mean?
So when you hear somebody say that shit, just remind them, hey dog, we winning medals. What the fuck
What
are
about
y'all doing?
you? Hey,
What
Julius.
the fuck are y'all doing?
Julius, can I chime in about the Canelo situation?
Go ahead.
Man, that's a good thing for Canelo, man. Like, this is a very tough fight. Bivol, you can say whatever you want. He goes through the gears. He may not get the stoppages as he once did, but that's a damn good fighter, man. He may not be slick up top like Canelo, making you miss, but he has a very good range finder. He knows how to move his feet, and if cornered, he can get away from punches. He is fast for a light heavyweight, as we can see. He has hand speed, and he does know how to keep the range real well.
And he durable. He durable.
I think this too with Dmitry Bivol. I think for this fight, I think he's going to sit down on his punches a lot more, because if he doesn't, Canelo's going to find a way for you to make it real uncomfortable for him, and he's not getting anything on the cards. Let's not play these games. And
Let's not even do that. Let's not play. I'm with that shit. Like, be real. Be real.
Be real. Like Paul Mooney said, be fucking real. Because
now let me read the super chats, because I got to wait. Let me read the super chats and I'm gonna pass it to you, country. You cannot be an objective boxing fan when your favorite fighter has held a title for 4 years and not fought another champion. Talking about Charlo, and that's true. While hating on an undisputed champ. Stop the madness. Rob says, what up, guys? How do y'all feel about the zone adding a paywall to Canelo's fights? 60 with a subscription is kind of steep. Would have liked 30 a lot better. Let me address this. Nobody say nothing. This is why I'm not complaining. Let's say Canelo didn't take the DAZN option. Would I have still had to pay for pay-per-views? Yes. Would they have been more expensive than this one? Yes. There was never any way out. Let's say, fuck DAZN. He don't never go back to DAZN for the rest of his career. He fights Charlo and Benavidez. Would those have been pay-per-views? Yeah. So for me, from where I'm sitting, what's the goddamn difference? If anything, this one is cheaper than that one. I'm with it. And if I'm gonna pay pay-per-view to see anybody, it's gonna be Canelo. That's the other shit. It ain't like I'm getting a bullshit fight. If I was getting a bullshit fight, then I'd be mad. That ain't a bullshit fight. So that's my response to that.
Y'all know what I think?
Go ahead, Jay.
I think that I got this gut feeling this could be possibly Canelo's toughest fight, because Bivol, he will just right quick, my reaction to the news, if I could give that, it's just, I think I was very, very, I wasn't surprised, but I was surprised, but I also wasn't, because it's because Bivol is the one person at a Triple G, Charlo Benavidez, that I see this as a true 50-50, man. Bivol is going to show up switched on. He's going to show up for this fight, because I think, honestly, it means much more to him than it really does for Canelo, if I'm being honest.
Let me say some fly shit, Jay. Let me say some fly shit. Wait, I want to say some fly shit. Bivol would beat Golovkin.
Oh,
fly
yeah.
Shit. Fly shit. Wait, I'm not done with the fly shit. I got more fly shit. Bivol would beat Charlo. He would. He would beat Benavidez. He would. I'd pick him. I'd pick him to win them fight, yeah. because they ain't got it.
I agree,
My
Jew. I agree, brother.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right, now
Bivol is so
let's
underrated.
hold on, one at a time. Let's let Jay finish. Jay, I'm gonna pass. Go, you got it now, and then you pass it to Leighton.
For sure. I mean, but I also agree with Chris's assertion that Bivol will load up on his punches in this fight. Don't know if he can knock Canelo out, but I think he might have to pull what Usyk did in the AJ fight. He might have to. Oh shit! Don't shoot me, Jules.
Bro, it's just real out here, yo. It's getting wild out here, B. Fucking
Yeah,
wild.
Julius, put the gun down. Put the gun down.
But right quick, Jules, like, just question for you. Like, do you think that in order for Bivol to win on the cards, he would have to do something akin to what Usyk did to AJ?
I'm gonna tell you the truth, right? This
Yes.
is the only way I could see Usyk. Fucking Usyk. Pray for Usyk, bro.
Yes.
The only way I could see Bivol winning on the cards is he has to win these rounds clearly, and I don't see him doing that. I don't see that. It's because it's gonna boil down. The dynamic is a similar dynamic we've seen all the time: straight punches versus activity and coming forward. The judges always favor that after a while, when you're on your back foot and you're just moving laterally for too long, it starts to look like you're running. So I hope that Bivol steps into his jab for this fight and tries to assert himself. Because if you think that you're just gonna move and punch, hey bro, it didn't work for Lara, it won't work for you. It won't. You have to alternate when you want to do that for it to work. You do have to step into your jab and bring over a nice little right hand sometimes. Yeah, you do got to do that because we didn't come here to see you go from turnbuckle to turnbuckle to turnbuckle to turnbuckle all fucking night. And you were light heavyweight. You bigger than him. So it really looked crazy if you on your bike the whole fight. Now, what I think is, I think it was Jay. No, I think it was Chris that said it. That I think Bivol gonna step into his punches, bro. He gonna alternate because like he's durable, bro. He took a right hand from Joe Smith. Durable, bro.
But guess what? Also, right quick, just to add this one more thing. Like he almost stopped Joe at the end of the 12th, didn't he? He did. Once he stepped on the gas, it's like, oh, bro, why do you do this shit sooner? It's like you could have got him out of there.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people don't talk about Joe, and Joe can take a punch. Joe can take a punch.
If Bivol sits down on his punches, do you think that's going to open him up a little more for some of Canelo's shots?
Yes, that's why. See, I think that this fight is going to be more exciting than it looks right now because Bivol has the durability that Caleb didn't have. I feel like Bivol, you know what? He can take the shots. He can take the body shots. He could take the head punches. There's no rehydration clause, so he ain't going to be drained. I don't know if y'all heard that. It ain't going to be no you can't rehydrate. It ain't going to be none of that. It's a light heavyweight contest, period.
Yes.
All right?
So So because of that, you're going. Sorry, go ahead.
So because of that, you're going to get two healthy fighters that's ready to throw down. And I don't think that Bivol is going to be like Caleb. I don't think that.
Yeah, I just wanted to add real quick, like, yeah, even though Canelo's footwork, is not top tier, top notch, but decent. But what I appreciated throughout his career, his body of work, is how well he moves, as top heavy. I used to joke that Canelo can't dance. Like he could only dance from the hips up. Like he knows how to slip punches. So all that subtlety to his stalking approach to closing distance is something to look out for in this fight. Always.
I'm gonna say, let me add this to the conversation, right? I remember the early days of Canelo Alvarez when he was still a junior middleweight and how people said he had cement feet. I think that people are kind of stuck in that image because I've seen him fight moving targets since then. He fought a moving target in Lara, and you could see that was giving him problems. But he just fought a moving target in Caleb Plant, and he beat the fuck out of him. Dog. He's better at cutting off the ring. He's better now at keeping up with a guy and catching up with a guy and landing hard shots. Now, let me read these super chats. Because they're piling up. The Canelo doesn't have good feet. Talk is overrated. Oh, you sure? I just said that. You can't stay in front of Lara. Stop defensive movers like Billy or Plant having bad feet. Yo, James, I literally just fucking shit. George says Weird news. Ric Flair's dating a 28-year-old, bro. He better be careful. That 28-year-old pussy will kill you, bro.
You gotta have a
Kill
heart
you.
attack.
You got it. You got it. You know, if you
I'm
got it,
saying-
you got it like that.
I hope he got it. I hope. Fuck.
Yeah.
Let me read this. Ignorant U.S. boxing fans think Bivol is a bum and he's beneath. Man, listen, ain't nobody worried about them motherfuckers, man. George
They gonna
says,
kill themselves one of them days, bro. I'm telling you.
yeah, man, fuck them motherfuckers. Joe Smith Jr. beats. Yeah, that's some spicy shit, bro. That's a spicy take. Russian patriotism is going to be at all-time high, and in their logic, if they beat the best in the West or the best, how much y'all want to bet this will be one of the biggest money fights of all time? Yo, listen, man, I ain't even trying to get into the politics shit, B. Motherfucking Russian satellites is watching me because they know I'm a person of interest.
Jules,
You don't want to play them games with them at all.
Jules, put on your promoter hat though, and how would you promote this angle?
Bruh, we're fighting for the Ukraine, and this. Now let me stop playing. Y'all, Drew, man, why you make me do
Good
that, bro?
chance.
You
Good
make me do
chance
that,
in
bro.
the-
You
Jules,
did
come
that,
out of
bro.
nowhere.
Jules, you would go
In the
full
way,
Vince
I'm a
Mc- you
bet
would
that
go
in the
full
way you're
Vince
gonna hear
McMahon,
Burning
wouldn't
Heart.
you?
Let me finish. There's super chats all over the place. If it was so easy to go to 75, why hasn't Andre, Benavidez, Charlo, and Triple G done it? Respect,
Right.
great. Yo, thank you. That's how I feel like, yo. Y'all better appreciate this, man, because these motherfuckers, they not doing that shit. They
They
not.
ain't even trying.
Not even
Ain't
for a
even
faded Kovalev country. Not even for a faded Kovalev. Which one of them
Right.
motherfuckers was trying to go up there to fight him after the
Nobody.
Alvarez fight?
Nobody.
Yo, Julius, you missed super chat before Adrian, before Rob. Loving the show. Let me see if I can find it. I think I read it. The ignorant boxing fans one. The ignorant U.S. boxing. I think I read that one.
Julius,
That's-
I gotta ask you a question, bro.
Go ahead.
Why you stop making beats, bro? Because at the end of the day,
Oh
that's
nah, time
Yeah, but
consuming.
I know you have a talent, bro. Because you gotta remember, you're very. One thing I know about you, you're very artistically sound and creative. So you don't give up on that. And when you do,
Nah.
well, how
like-
your publishing looking like though?
I ain't going. Listen. Let me tell you. Let me break it down for you,
I
right?
want a piece of that though.
Fuck out of here. What I'm gonna say is, I only made beats because I knew that I could. It was not my passion, and a part of the reason that I stopped. There's two reasons primarily. One was that all my beats and all my projects, when my hard drive died, all of that got scrapped, and I could have lived with that. Like I could have, if I still had the passion. A big part of the reason is it's time consuming, bro. Like I draw, I know how to draw. I know how to write stories and shit. And I'm like, yo, dog, making a beat take more time than all of that.
Because you gotta think of like chord progressions, melody, all that good stuff. Yo, you play instruments too, I presume, right?
Let's not talk about me, all right? Let's talk about this boxing shit. All I'm saying is a big part of the reason, and I did think of, for what it's worth, right? I did think about, getting Reason or the latest version of Fruity Loops, but I remember not. Yeah, like but I remembered, I'm like, yo, I used to spend fucking hours, man. And sometimes the inspiration wouldn't come. Then the next day, okay, I got something. You know what I mean? But it was random. Like it's not like when I draw. If I don't like a line, I erase a line, I do a better line. You know what I mean? Or if I don't like how something come out, I could scrap it, do it over, easy peasy. But when you making music, it's different. Like the inspiration gotta hit you, the idea gotta hit you. Then you gotta try it out. Then you gotta try different hi-hats. Like I like it, but I don't love it. And I got different hi-hats, different.
Oh, you might have to get a different hi-hat from a different drumming. Like not everything is gonna be impeach the president or funky drummer, something like that.
But that's what I'm like. I would have to scroll through before I would settle, and it was so exhausting. Like I'm gonna skim through all these hi-hats, and I'm looking for the one I love, not the one I like. I'm looking for the one I love. And
not the old days hi-hat that Pete Rock used and everything. I know what you're talking about.
It's in a nutshell, a big part of the reason that I stopped was it's very, very time consuming. It's not like I could draw some shit right now. Bear in mind, I haven't drawn in years, but I could draw some shit right now off the dome. Haven't drawn in years, but making a beat, that takes time and inspiration. Like it really got to hit you.
Juice, you ain't as good as that, man, brother. Stop lying.
I was playing BT the other day.
Yo, Jules,
That one hard.
how you think Josh Taylor gonna do Jack Catterall? Because I think Catterall really incited the beast, and I think Taylor's gonna beat him up because yo, Taylor looked big, bro. I looked at his back on the scales, bro. Yo, he's at 40 for probably one more fight.
Listen, man, why you think we keep hearing all this Crawford shit, bro? Like it's like he probably could make 40 for one more fight or two more fights. But the real shit is, it's like, yo, the biggest money fight that he could have at 140, biggest money fight would be Lopez. And Lopez ain't about to do that. Now you could get money fighting Lopez, but what's the problem? One, that ain't about to happen right now. And two, is this little motherfucker gonna come to the UK? No, he not. He said that when he had the belts. That he ain't gonna go to the UK.
Josh traveled with the violence.
But why Josh got it? Why Josh? Like, bro, I done beat Jose Ramirez in his backyard. I'm fucking undisputed. You not. Why the fuck I gotta fight you in your backyard if I'm undisputed?
I understand
Hold
that,
on,
bro.
hold on. So you mean to tell me there's no money in a Josh Taylor versus Regis Prograis rematch for MTK? I mean not MTK. I mean Pro Bellum. Yes.
Hold on. Let me shout that out. Let me read the super chats. It was the two that Jules was pulling out the guns and about Canelo fighting Callum Smith super chats. I got you, bro. I'm gonna go back up. Disregard Triple G at your peril, guys. He's got his number after 24 rounds. You'll probably think I'm wilding, but just an old man's opinion. Hey, man, it's Bach. Yo, Cat, you did not have to do that. Why did you do that? Oh, my.
Round of applause for Cat, y'all. Salute. Shout out to Cat.
Big up, Cat. Big up, Cat.
You didn't have to do that, man.
I love this skill. You
didn't have to do that. Now, let me read the super chat. There's levels. There's levels to this. Stamina, chin, and power are the problem for his opponents. Running won't be beneficial for Bivol. Bivol has to be able to get hit and at least try to bully or step up to Canelo. That's what made Triple G so successful. Triple G lost on the back foot. I appreciate that, Cat. Let me add to what you said. One thing that could be a problem for Dimitri Bivol is his best punches are his straight punches. Mid-range to inside. When have you ever seen Bivol do anything mid-range to inside? Because that's what Canelo's trying to get to. He's trying to throw them bent arm punches, them hooks, them uppercuts, them liver shots. And I don't know that Bivol has it for the inside game. For the outside, on the back foot with the straight shots, he got it. But mid-range to inside, I don't really be seeing him do a whole lot in there. So that's an area of opportunity for Canelo.
You know, here it goes. It's this simple. Look, check this out. No, check this out. It's this simple. This is a legacy fight for Bivol. If he can't win on the cards unless he steps to the ring in the first 45 seconds like Usyk did AJ and take command. Other than that, he has to be willing to get knocked out in this fight. He has to want it that bad. This is one of those type of fights. If he don't want it that bad and he tries to point punch and outbox Canelo, he's not there to win, bro.
Well, the other thing is you have to realize this too, and I really hope that Canelo, I just hope they're both awake for this fight. I hope they both are, because this could get away from Canelo. That's the other thing. This ain't the kind of fight you could go into half-hearted. You could go half-hearted in the Makabu because he plays into your strengths. Even though there are risks, you can go half-hearted into that fight. Obviously,
I don't think.
No. It ain't even. It's more like because of the styles of the fighters, right? You're not gonna have to think as hard or work as hard because he plays into the things that you already do well. With Bivol, you got to get this guy. You got to track him down and you got to nail him. You got to nail him to the wall, bro. Because you ain't gonna win no other way. Believe that. This dude gonna stick and move, stay on the outside, and just because you occasionally get through with a hard hook, he not gonna crumble like Caleb Plant. He not gonna fall apart. You really got to beat this guy. This is that kind of fight, and I hope Canelo's up for this shit.
I'm not gonna ask you a question, Drew.
Hold on, let me let Leighton talk. Go ahead, Leighton.
Do you think he get a decision if he does what you're saying? He does stick outside and keeps him I don't think he'll get a decision. And that's
This
the
is
truth, bro.
this is what now. This is where it's interesting for me right now. Just off the dome, what I see is that Bivol can take Canelo's power. He can take it. He can take it. After a couple of rounds, his midsection might start to hurt, but in them early rounds, yeah, he can take it. He can take it. And if he sees that he can take it, he'll step into his jab and show some bad intentions. I can see that happening. But when he starts to feel it, when his body start feeling sore, he gonna get on his bike, and he ain't gonna be able to stay on his bike too long because you've been getting hit to the body. Your best punches are your straight punches. Canelo Alvarez knows how to fight on a swivel. He know how to fight on a swivel. He know how to slip the jab, bob and weave the jab. He know how to do all of that. So when he's doing that, slip, hook, and he gonna catch B-ball with shit in his midsection. That's what I see. But I'll also say this: don't look past B-ball because we haven't seen B-ball inspired before. If he were ever gonna be inspired for a fight, this would be the fight.
No,
And then
Jew,
you
Jew,
just said the key.
Jew,
You
what
just
I'm
said the
saying,
key right
Jew,
there, Jules.
Wait there, bro.
You just
Jew, what I'm saying is even if Bivol do get in the inside, do what on the outside, keeps him there, keeps him sweet, does it all, will he get a decision? That's what I'm asking you, bro.
Well, you know what my answer is, bro. I'm cynical. You got to hit this motherfucker with a chair. You have to. That's what it said.
You said the key,
bro.
though, Jules. You said the key for B-ball. It all comes from the jab.
Mm-hmm.
The jab is going to be key for this. And to the brother that asked if he can get a decision, B-ball's not going to get a decision unless he thoroughly outclasses him the way Usyk did AJ. Period.
No, and I'm glad Drew brought up that fight. I'm glad Drew brought up that fight because that's how you have to beat him, bro. It can't be, oh, well, maybe he did enough. Oh, well, I didn't know who I was going to give that round. No, you got to beat him, bro, because this is a big fight. This is how big fights, that's how you win big fights. It's a big name. It's a big fight. It's a legacy fight. You're fighting the number one pound for pound fighter in the world. Coming close, that ain't enough.
Add on top of that, there's going to be 70,000 people wherever they have it rooting against him. The anti-Russian feelings. He's going to have a lot on his plate, Bivol.
Now let me read the super chat.
100% agree, bro. What my man just said then, he is bang on. That's what I'm trying to say. Bro, it's all against you. There's no way you're going to win it. There's no way you're going to win it unless you knock him out.
Now, Leighton, this is what I'm going to say. Going into Galahad versus Martinez, who seen that shit coming? Because I didn't. I thought Galahad was going to win that one easy. Who seen motherfucking Ruiz? Well, I ain't going to front. I did get nervous when he picked Ruiz. I did get nervous. I ain't going to front. But the point is, it's boxing, bro. You never know until it happened. And that's just the way the fucking shit is. Now, let me read these super chats. Haters want to discredit the Callum Smith win, but he moved to 175 and KO'd Lennon Castillo. Could Chuck? No, you know the answer, bro.
Nope.
If you can't knock out Juan Macias Montiel, how the fuck you gonna knock out Busy Bone at light heavyweight? It ain't gonna happen.
Busy Bone. You gotta watch Dominican Busy Bone. And Julius, you still haven't faded Callum Smith for that. What's good with you, B?
Bro, I ain't mad at him. You gotta do what you got to do in that ring, B. I ain't mad at him. Shit, he ain't knocked me out. He ain't knocked me out.
Jules, I just want to know, Jules. Go ahead. What happened to Steven Espinosa? Why couldn't he close the deal?
Because they don't look. This is the other shit, right? No, because to me, it's not as simple as the money. I've been said that. It's not as simple as the money. It's the relationship, bro. He like how he get treated. Like, look, I could go out and buy a bunch of bullshit ass kicks, right? I could go out and buy phone posits and J's, but I stick to my Chucks. Why? I like my Chucks. I stick to my Tims. I like my Tims. I could buy a whole bunch of bullshit. I got the bread, but I like my shit. And I feel like even if it came down to the money, if the money at Matchroom is comparable or just under the money at Showtime, I still feel like he'd go to Matchroom because he likes working with Eddie. Eddie not going to try to, like, if I'm Canelo, I would be very careful around the people at Showtime because they going to want one of their fighters to beat me. I know that. But Eddie just happy to be here. He just happy to work with me. And I'm with it. So if it's me, so to me, it's like, it's not as simple as saying, well, this deal is worth more money than that deal, even though it is. It's also the relationship. They're like, I know I'm in good hands with this promoter. With y'all,
Because
I
Eddie
gotta
does
look
fair
over my
business.
shoulder.
Eddie does fair business, and Eddie's very transparent. A lot of these guys are very, clandestine and very discreet with their intentions, and that's why Canelo looks at these guys with disgust. Because you got to remember, he was a Showtime fighter prior to all that. Showtime, HBO. He's been fighting on these
Bang on,
networks.
100%, bro, 100%. You're bang on.
But also, how much would they love it for Canelo Alvarez to lose to a PBC fighter? How much would they fucking love that shit?
They would adore it.
Let me read the super chat. Adrian Lopez says, bro, Bivol embarrasses them dudes, but Canelo wins on bodywork investment with a head finish. But it ends around 6-7 because Bivol will open his hands and get counted. I think if he's gonna stop,
6-7. What he
nah,
talking about?
listen. If I don't even know if he is gonna stop Bivol, being real with you, bro. Like
Real
Adrian,
talk.
I don't know if he gonna stop because that dude took a clean right hand from Joe Smith and he didn't go down, bro. Like if it was any one of them other dudes that took that right hand, they would have went down, bro. That dude is
Drew,
durable.
100%. He's the winner, bro. He's the winner. But he's gonna get robbed. He's gonna get robbed, Drew. That's what I see this. He's gonna get robbed.
But
Bivol is special.
now, Leighton, this is the danger. This is the danger with making up your mind about the fight before the fight even happened. You gonna be looking for him to get robbed. You see what I mean? That if
That's
I go
true.
in, if I go in with that feeling like, oh, he ain't gonna win anyway, then I'm gonna have an attitude the whole time I'm watching the fight. Just wait for the fight, bro. Just wait for the fight. This ain't no different than any other big ass fight we've seen before. It's a big fight, important fight,
Bro,
but don't.
bro,
But if
I hear you. I respect you, Drew, more than anything. And my favorite fight is Canelo. That's where I'm coming from, bro. Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying.
And I ain't gonna lie, and I'm gonna say this. This is my deep dark secrets, right? Deep dark secret. I wish they would have robbed Usyk, B.
Yo, bro, I ain't gonna hold you. I don't like when people get robbed, bro. I would be like, let's
But
go.
I could have lived with
Whoa,
that
whoa,
one,
y'all,
bro.
y'all
I
need to,
mean,
y'all need to
I
calm
mean,
down
Bro,
with that
Joe,
Usyk
Joe,
slander.
Nah,
Calm
man.
down.
I ain't
You know what?
slander. I'm
Yo,
just telling how I
I was
feel.
at the stadium.
Y'all
Yeah,
know
I
what?
know.
I was at the stadium.
That's
I was
why I
at
looked at the
Tottenham Stadium.
scorecards you
I
had.
was there. I
I'm
was
like,
there for
wait.
the fight. Drew, I was there at the
Y'all
fight,
know
right?
what
And
though?
I was like, yo, calm down, bro. I was there at the fight, and I was like, Joshua being beat, bro. That's my boy, like. Joshua got battered, and I know he got battered. And I sat there with Ukrainian friends, and I was like, maybe the judge is going to help him out, bro. And they even looked at me and said, nah, it's not happening. It's not happening.
Bro, but if
Do you
they
know what I mean?
would have, would you I'm gonna ask you a simple question, Leighton. If they would have helped them out, would you have been mad? Go to
Hell
answer.
no. Hell no.
And this is why, look, this is why Drew gonna understand me on this. The division is in a good place if he has the belts. I know I'm gonna get the fights. I know that he gonna fight the fights. You feel me? If Canelo, if he win it, I know he gonna fight the fights. So it's kind of like a trade-off. That like, yo, dog, there's more going on here than just this fight. This is the cash cow. Nobody could generate interest. Nobody could generate revenue the same way this guy can. So if the fight is close and the judges say, "Nah, we gonna give it to Canelo," I'm cool with that. Outright robbery, I ain't going front. I'll be a little bit mad. And I'm gonna have to admit it, like, yo, he ain't win that fight, bro.
Drew,
Man,
right? Drew,
hey,
this is why I listen to your channel, because you're the best man. Because you ain't no bias. You like fighters. I know what you like, and whatever. But you're the best man. I guess the real shit, the real talk off you, Drew, every
I
time. Whether
appreciate
it's
that.
whatever.
hey,
Drew, best channel on
Jules,
YouTube.
you'll be
And I
mad
tell
like
y'all
the
subscribe
this.
to them
chocolate
all,
pizza
bro.
robbery. You'll be
I'm gonna
mad
tell
like
y'all
that,
this:
Jules.
two of the biggest fights that are coming up that are gonna be the best is Taylor versus Crawford and Canelo Bivol. Man, those are gonna be the two of the badass
Listen,
fights that we need to
and
see.
let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something, right? When I think about Taylor versus Crawford, I often ask myself, when does it happen? Because that's gonna be important. Taylor's a big guy. Taylor is not no little ass. Like Taylor's a big guy, bro. He bigger than fucking Pascal. He's a big guy. When he get to 47, he gonna be strong as an ox. Not having to cut that extra 7 pounds. Motherfuckers gotta watch that space too. Gotta watch that space. Crawford, I love him,
Drew,
but he getting
Drew,
old.
Drew.
Matter of fact,
Let me say something. Listen, I'm British, and I'll tell you no. Taylor's a racist. Taylor is a racist, mate. I hate him. I fucking hate him, and I hope Crawford beats his ass up. Sorry, there you go. I know he was gonna attack me, but I'm telling you the truth, bro.
Hey, let me read the super chat. I knew there was a reason you got the Bex Boxing podcast. I rock with you, Jules. I've been rocking my chucks since high school, and I'm but yo, that's how yo Jaime. I see yo soy así. Like I could go get J's y toda esa vaina. Yo tengo muchísimo dinero para comprar toda esa vaina. But I like my chucks, bro.
You know why you like your Timbs though? You stomp people out in them. Allegedly.
That's true too. Allegedly.
Well, Daniel Kinahan makes sure Jules has Tim's when he's with him.
That's a fact, though.
My man Zane, Dubai.
That's what Jules be rocking the Chucks and a Nerf gun, man.
I'm a family guy, bro. I'm Peter Griffin. I ain't nobody, but real shit. It's the comfortability. When I think about Canelo potentially going to do a 3-fight deal, right? Bear in mind, think about this. You just finalized the 2-fight deal, and now you're already talking about a 3-fight deal. You ain't even waiting to see what else is out there by that 3rd fight. You just signed a 2-fight deal. Now you about to go into a 3-fight deal. That tells me you like how they do business, regardless of whatever. You like how they do business. It's not as simple as, oh, it's a little bit more money over here, so I'm gonna go over here. I think he has a rapport with Eddie. He trusts Eddie. He know that Eddie is not trying to snake him, trying to sneak him. He just want to work with him. And I think Canelo likes that comfortability, because if you Canelo and you was just with Golden Boy for a long time and all of that shit happened, you gonna have trust issues. Y'all motherfuckers over there making promises to the zone without consulting me. So I'm gonna have trust issues.
I had a question, Jules. One more question to you. So we know Canelo's got 3 fights lined up. Are you saving your thoughts on what the PBC guys do for the relay, or do you want to expound on that?
No, I'm saving that for the relay because I got a lot of vitriol when it comes to that. I got a lot I want to say, and I want it to be well thought out. I don't want to freestyle it. Let me
Julius hot, bro. Like
no, because the other thing is this. Like, I don't like to spend a lot of time on the same old shit, because I know I'm talking about guys that don't contribute nothing to the sport. If I address the goofy shit I see on Twitter, I know that I'm talking about guys that they don't even buy these fights. Why the fuck I'm talking about them? They ain't relevant to nothing. The fighters that they talking about ain't relevant to nothing. You know what I mean? So I wanna get into the shit and then leave it there, because at the end of the day, yo, dog, you either gonna make Charlo fight motherfucking Benavidez or you not. You either gonna make Charlo fight Munguia or you not. The Munguia people said they receptive to that fight. Stefan Espinoza dropping hints. To me, the smartest thing you could do, yo, who mic is fucked up? Who got the echo? To me, the smartest thing that Stefan Espinoza could do at this point, don't be predictable, be spontaneous. Make the Munguia fight. Pay to play, bro. Bring him over. One fight, bring him over. You was down to spend a lot of money on Canelo, right? Spend some of that change on Munguia, because that pay-per-view would actually do well. Munguia versus Charlo would do all right. That'll do numbers. But pay to play, bro. You got to be spontaneous. Motherfuckers already know what kind of fights y'all been making. You boring motherfuckers to death. Motherfuckers is not watching your fights, B. Let me read the super chat. Hot take, Canelo KO to the body. Pull check says, let me see. Hold on. Pull check says, Bivol gonna be Canelo's biggest challenge by far. I agree. Moore says, Coven Plant got to the 11th, so Bivol goes the distance. Yeah, that's a fair point. And that's why I mean that. I don't know with an absolute certitude that this fight ends in a knockout. I don't know that. But yeah, we'll find out. And yeah, yo, like, there's no complaints from me, dog. If you gonna pay to see anybody on pay-per-view, why wouldn't it be the cash cow of boxing?
Why not? Why not?
But Jew, if Canelo knocks out Bivol, ain't that a special defeat, bro? Come on, bro. That's
a special win.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. When I was young, and I watched Roy fight the Quiet Man, right? Go back and watch. He was fucking him up, bro. He was
beating the shit out of him.
He was beating the fucking shit out of him.
Mismatch.
Yo, that shit was wild how he was fucking him up. Like, bro, he really this dude is not a heavyweight, but he is fucking John up.
He
So
humiliated.
I mean, the only thing Roy didn't do in that fight was knock out Ruiz. That's it.
but you see what I mean, though,
Yeah.
right there, like, yo, dog, he was beating the shit out of him. So when I think about Canelo and Bivol, it's not that a knockout is outside the realm of possibility. It's just that Bivol has fought on the same gear for a couple of fights now. We haven't seen Bivol inspired. So if he's ever gonna be inspired, this is the
right
fight.
now. It's right
This
now.
is the fight.
Yo, Jules, I got a question. How would a fight would have gone between Jones and James Toney in 2003? A heavyweight.
James Toney.
Bro,
I think Roy would have beat him. I think Roy would have beat him.
No, he wouldn't. James Toney.
You think so?
James Toney was at heavyweight. Cruiser. You gotta remember that guy.
2003.
Yeah, he beat Vasily Girov, bro. Yeah, I gotta understand that. Like he looked good too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he
that
beat
was
Vasily.
Yeah,
He beat a lot of good
That was
guys,
a
bro.
good-ass fight.
That'd be James Toney. He would be talking all types of greasy, uncontrollable, unconscionable
think.
shit.
Who was Roy fighting in 2003? Who did he fight that year?
Just Jones and Tarver when he went back down.
Jones. Yeah. I'm with Chris. Tony would have got him. Tony would have got him. We talking about a heavyweight?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony would have got him.
He shoulder
Tony
rolled
would've
the
got
hell
him.
out of him. No, nah, dude.
Willie. All right, let me read the super chat. Willie Lynch says, I'd love Eddie too. He just made Canelo fuck you, Rich. He could quit after Bivol and be set for life. Bro, he about to make $160 million in 3 fights. That's fucking gonzo, bro. That's why I said I kind of want him to get out after that. Like, bro, you did enough, bro. You did enough.
You want
Go
him
on.
to go. You want no golf, no life. You want to follow Canelo's golf career now. How Jules?
Canelo's gonna
Shout
win
out-
the Masters.
Shout out to my man Adolfo in Mexico. Love the channel. Saludo de Tijuana. Shout out to Tijuana. Shout out to Mexico. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Eric Morales
unless he
too.
changes. Unless he changes his mind. I recall Canelo saying.
That's astronomical, man. That's
Yeah, I recall Canelo saying that he wanted to stay in the game till he was what 36, 37. So
Yeah, but this is the thing. He's starting to be one of them fighters that I don't want to see you lose, right? Like Roy, I never wanted to see Roy lose. So when he lost, that shit hurt, bro.
that was so crushing.
Hey, Tarver.
Don't bring. Why you gotta
Bro, it
bring
still
that up,
pains me.
Jules? Why
It
you
still
gotta bring
pains
that
me.
up?
I'm just saying. And every time I see him, like when Enzo fought him, I remember he went to Cruiser, he fought Enzo. Enzo knocked him out with an
Oh
uppercut.
God, no, don't. Oh no.
Let me say this.
Man.
Shout out to Enzo. Enzo, one of the coolest cats on Twitter. Swear to God. One of the
Yo,
coolest cats.
Enzo Welsh like me. Enzo Welsh, he got bombs, bro. He got bombs. I'm telling
When
you.
Enzo,
You remember when he knocked out Bruce Scott? Bad left hook, bro.
Now listen.
He
When
can punch.
every time Roy got knocked out, after that it hurt, bro. It's like, come on, Roy, like get the fuck out, bro. Stop fighting.
He should have left
bro.
after the Dennis Lebedev fight. That bothered me because
Bro.
let's really look at it. He was beating Dennis Lebedev until he got caught. It pissed me off. I said, like, yo, Roy, I understand you are alpha male. I understand all that, but like it goes to like saying, like, you know, you gotta remember a lot of these boxers, and I can see it in the Capricorns, namely Ali and Jones. Yo, bro, they did not know when to quit, man. Like, I was watching the Muhammad Ali documentary. I understand he had money problems, but dog, he didn't know when to quit. Like, bro, at the end of my career, I'm not fighting Ernie Shavers, bro. Under no circumstance.
Bro.
Yo, but brother, what I'm saying to you is like we come from a little nation, tiny little nation. We're in a tiny part of the UK, right? Wales, tiny, and we produce world champions, right? And it's ridiculous. Enzo, I know he shouldn't have beat up Roy Jones, but like we got Joe Calzaghe. Listen, bro, it's like what we are. We should not be nothing. We wouldn't even fit in like a little part of New York. We wouldn't even fit in one little street in New York.
Let me say this to our brothers and sisters in the Ukraine. Small country, not very big at all. Probably could fit in Texas, I think, right? Small country, but they gave us Loma, Usyk, Bozdik. You know what I mean? Good fighters is good fighters, regardless of where they come from.
And I'm gonna pray for that country, and I'm gonna pray for Yemen that's getting bombed the shit out of by Saudi Arabia, man. Because that's a country that produced fucking Nassim Ahmed.
Yeah.
Syria too, and I'm not gonna tell you who bombed them because I don't want that problem. But hey, yo, but like yo, not to Enzo Maccarinelli. Before you Jules, you talked about your super chats. That guy's disrespected. Just because he had a bad chin doesn't mean that he was a bad
Don't say
fighter.
a bad word about Enzo. Enzo, listen, trust me, bro. Enzo, I'm a Welsh guy. I respect you, brother. I really do respect you, right? But Enzo, he's a world champion. He's a world champion. When you come from a little nation from where we are, a world champion's a world champion, bro. Sorry, brother. I'm not having to go at you, but that's my opinion.
Let me read the super chat. Some of these weirdos want to buy Tank, Isaac, and Thurman and Barrios, but not gonna pay Canelo. Well, you know what? Tú sabes el truco, Jaime. They're not buying those fights, bro. Ellos dicen they act excited when Tank fights a fucking Isaac Cruz or a fucking Gamboa. They not fucking excited because you know what? If you were excited, you'd be buying the fucking fight. It would show up in the numbers. The truth is that most of the guys you see on social media that criticize Canelo no matter what he does, these people don't buy fights. What they saying don't make sense. How could you urge people to buy Thurman versus Barrios, but you gonna turn your nose up at Canelo versus Bivol? That shit don't make sense nowhere on this planet. Nowhere.
Hey, Jules, on a scale of 1 to 10, are they ever going to release those pay-per-view figures?
Never.
No.
But yo, Leighton, this is what I was saying about Enzo Maccarinelli. I was giving him praise. I like Enzo. I watched Enzo for a long period of time. He always gave it a go. I like Enzo a lot, actually. He's a very damn good fighter. I love Enzo.
All right, now let me read the super chats. Jaguar, I would like it if we could watch pay-per-view on the zone on 2 screens for 1 pay, but I don't know. Look, I understand that there's a little bit of that people are a little bit disgruntled, right? It's kind of like I get it. You're already paying the zone. Why should you have to pay them twice? I get you. But my view is just, if he didn't choose the 2-fight deal on the zone, would I have still had to pay for pay-per-view? Yes. Either way.
Drew, let me speak back to my brother who spoke about thing. When I try to explain to you, right, bro, we come from a little tiny nation. We're part of the Great Britain, right? There's 3 million people in my whole country, right? Where I live, 300,000 assets, right? But when I've grown up with Steve Robinson and Barry Jones, 2 world champions from my own city. And then Matt Enzo come from the other way, from there. And like when you look at the size of us, that's why I respect Enzo. And I'm not going to be funny. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to say, but like that's big, bro. That's big. And that's why our people love our boxing because we love it when we compete against the worlds and we can win. And that's it. That's it, bro. Sorry, bro. But yeah,
let me read the super chats, gentlemen. God bless the Ukraine. That's right. They need God right now. Canelo doing some legendary work. 4 undefeated fighters in their prime in a span of 16 months. The funniest thing is that if it were David Benavidez that beat Callum Smith or Billy Joe Saunders, right? If it was David, we'd never stop hearing about how great those victories are. We'd never stop hearing about it. If it were Charlo, that beat them, we'd never stop hearing about how fucking great those wins are because we still fucking hearing about when he beat J-Rock. So imagine if it was Charlo that beat Billy. Imagine if it was Charlo that beat fucking. We never hear the end of the shit. Now, this is what I said, and I said this on the last live, right? All of a sudden, fighting guys from Europe is no good. When Andre Ward did it, he's the best fucking thing since sliced bread when he fights guys.
He's a hypocrite. He's a whole hypocrite.
Hypocrite, B.
I don't like bro. Like one thing I realize about people who talk this church stuff. Like if it wasn't for church, you'll truly see who these people truly are. That's the only thing I'm gonna say about that. But with Andre Ward, man, he's a hypocrite. He play like he's very, very hypocritical. And like Drew said, he's very xenophobic. But at the end of the day, if you don't have a style that people like, why are you getting mad when people don't want to buy your fights? At the end of the day, bro, like, you also part of a black fan base, and you also have said some disparaging stuff about, their heavyweight champion at that time. So I'm telling you this now. Whenever you go against your fan base, stuff like that happens. And coupled with the fact, bro, how many knockouts you have?
Now let me say this. I think Andre Ward was a great boxer.
Yes, he was.
But the more I look back, look, right? When Golovkin started popping, who he want to fight? Golovkin. When AJ hit his stride in 2017 after the Klitschko fight, who Ward start talking about fighting? AJ. Not Canelo doing good, he getting money, he getting all this pussy, he riding horses, he over there matchroom, he doing wild shit. Or now, oh, Canelo ain't no good. Bro, you a hater, bro. It's that simple. You just a hater, bro. Being a hater don't mean you not a good boxer, you're a great boxer. I know that. You Olympic gold medalist, unified at super middle, unified at light heavy. You a great boxer. Can't nobody take that away from you. But you a
No
serial.
fans, bro.
You
No
was
fans.
it ain't even that, Leighton. He's a serial hater. Anybody that's doing good, think about when he started talking about fighting AJ. When AJ was popping, selling out Wembley, getting all these endorsement deals, or breaking all these records. Who he start? Oh, I'll go up to heavyweight and fight. Like, bro, I see.
Because he wanted that. He wanted that Froch
Right,
fight.
bro.
He wanted that Froch fight. He wanted that
Hater,
Froch
bro.
fight.
You serial hater,
Nah,
bro.
That's like Floyd
He's a
Mayweather.
wave rider. He's a wave rider. He's a wave rider. That's what he is.
Who seen Belly when he came out the shop eating the shit? I don't like that shit.
Yo, bro, that was one of the wildest shit
Dude
ever,
loves to
bro.
hate from the sidelines, man. The more he speaks, man, the more I want to call him son of Golovkin.
Oh, that was good.
Oh,
that was good, man.
Shit. The G is for Golovkin.
Oh,
yo, I ain't even going front. I wish I thought of that. I might have to stay.
No, the G is for Gamora, son of Gamora.
Yo, but on some real, he's a serial hater, and I mean that because if you just look at the cats that he throws shade at, he always throws shade at the cats that's popping. Like, bro, you ain't even been throwing shade at Canelo, but now that he hit his stride and he's a young Don, he doing all this fly shit. Oh,
he went undisputed in your weight class, and you didn't.
Jules,
But he's got ESPN behind him. He's got ESPN behind him, bro.
Well, Jules, remember after the Better Be Brown fight, he tried to say Better Be was like on the back nine. I'm like, bro, he beat the fucking shit out of Marcus Brown. What is this dude talking about?
Bro, it ain't
like,
look, Ward is one of them guys, you know what I mean, that he fake nice. I want to say that, like, he fake nice.
No, Jew,
bro, thank you.
How would a Ward fought Joshua? Come on, bro. How would he have fought?
Bro,
Joshua?
nobody believe that
Come
shit.
on.
Listen, let me break that fight down for you, right? Because I actually did this before years ago when the channel was a lot smaller and he was actually saying that shit. Bro, ain't no motherfucking way he would have won that fight. There's no way. You a mid-range to inside defensive fighter, bro. You going out muscle Anthony Joshua on the inside? Are we being like, come on, B? You got dropped by Kovalev. You got dropped by Kovalev.
You're talking free
Darnell
stone.
Bone,
I don't know
Darnell
why you
Bone
think
put him
free
down.
stone.
Remember that?
Come on, bro. No
on
way.
His,
no
on
way.
his stomach, Jay. On his stomach, flat on his belly.
Bro, after Bone dropped him, he was fucked up. He was hurt. He was seriously hurt.
Bro, like when and I was in the Facebook groups more at that time than I was here on YouTube. Like I wasn't even uploading content like that at that time.
That was a good time, them Facebook groups, bro.
It was a good group. It was good groups. But I was in the groups more, and I would see people really talk, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck are y'all on drugs, bro? He's a mid-range.
You know what I mean?
How is he gonna win that fight? Doing what?
Hey,
He was believing it. What it was a money grab. He was thinking money grab. Joshua could beat him.
No,
and he undermined Joshua.
No, he was never trying to fight Anthony. Listen. He wasn't really trying to have that fight. That was about throwing shade. That's all it was. Like, bro, you wasn't gonna go up there, bro. Because if you willing to go to heavyweight, how the fuck you not willing to go to Canada to fight Stevenson? You wasn't ever really trying to do that, bro.
Yeah, in regards to Ward, like being from the Bay Area, that dude always been that way. What he's doing now is he's throwing the shade to try to discredit Canelo's legacy and resume.
Period.
So he's just mad that he's not relevant.
Period.
I had a question for Jules, though. Jules.
But why? Why?
Hold on, wait.
Hold on, Jules.
Country. Go ahead, country.
Do you think Ward avoided Stevenson? Because I've heard people say that before.
I'm gonna break it down for you how Drew broke it down because he broke it down the best. Who's a bigger draw, Stevenson in Canada or Ward in Oakland?
Stevenson, baby.
Yeah.
There's your answer.
Yep.
There's your answer.
Now, Jules, do we get LRB Floyd video by Wednesday about Canelo or?
Listen. I'm gonna wait for them to add the salt because they haven't added the salt yet. I know it's coming. You seen my tweet. I know the salt is coming. I know it is. I'm just waiting for it because listen. The shit, I didn't even want to address Benavidez's shit. I wanted to say that, but I couldn't keep it in. Like, yo, dog, how the fuck you about fighting the best and your resume look like that? The best guy you fought is Anthony DeRoe. That shit is crack. Like, and you really gonna sit there? Oh, he don't want to fight the best. He a businessman. Like, yo, you can't be serious.
My
bro.
thing, how you want to fight? How you fighting the best and you fighting David Lemieux? And here's the thing that pisses me off, Jules. If Canelo wasn't a businessman, you wouldn't be begging for that 7-figure, 8-figure payday, David.
Thank you. You think because David want to fight the fucking best? Get the fuck out of here, like, bro. Boxing in America. I'm gonna say is getting crazy. I like what them Brits got going. They got motherfucking Craig Richards versus Joshua Buatsi. That's a good ass fight. That's a good ass fight.
And David, Samson, I know you guys watch this shit by your tweets and your little comments. We pay for the fights, baby, worldwide. Nobody's paying to see your shit. So suck it up. Go fight Zerto. Go fight Boo Boo, and then I'll pay for your pay-per-view.
Listen, and this is real shit. If Samson is listening to this, listen to this motherfucker.
You know he is, Jules.
Let me say this shit. If you told me, no belt, no bullshit, Benavidez, Ramirez at 175, you have my money.
Yes, you do.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
You have my money.
Yep.
You don't need a belt for that.
You have my
bro.
money too. You have 300,000-400,000 Mexicans buying that shit.
You don't need a belt for that one. Listen, B, I don't even know who win that motherfucking shit. now, if you want to waste my goddamn time with this guy and his fucked up haircut, bro, come on, B. David Lemieux versus David Benavidez. Come on, B. Be real, B. That's cannon fodder, bro. I think, who was it that dropped this dude? Was it Rohan Murdoch? Not that long ago at super middleweight, he had to pick himself up off the canvas in that fight.
Matt Berzak dropped David
Berzak. That's what Berzak.
I think 2 times too.
Bro.
Lemieux's power isn't the same
if you're listening, please.
I want to hear it.
Go ahead, Virtuoso.
If you're listening, please stop being a fucking cock blocker for big fights, man. You gotta stop.
You cock blocked your own man out that Caleb Plant fight, bro. Your own man.
They just did it with Demetrius as well.
Bruh. Cock blocker. You just cock blocking all type of shit.
Here's the thing. I remember, Joe. Remember I tweeted, Jules, I ran into Tom Brown and Samson at the presser for Tank. And who was Tank fighting? I think it was Barrios. It was Barrios. Before I left to London, I'm like, I told him straight to their face, like, hey, bro, I pay for boxing. No one's because Tom was surprised I knew who he was. That's how he knew I was a boxing guy. And I was like, Tom, saying like, no one's paying for this shit, bro. He's like, well, what fights you going to? I'm like, Tom, look, I'm flying all the way to London for Usyk Joshua. Look, I'm like, Tom, you start putting on fights that guys like me want to watch, you'll make money. Listen, and he's like, you right.
They don't want to listen. At the end of the day, they don't want to listen. Tom Brown looked like Mitt Romney. He just got more white hair than Mitt Romney. You don't look like Mitt Romney. You don't look like Mitt Romney. Look just like Mitt
That's
Romney.
how funny political boxing is. That the actual promoters start look like presidents, like statesmen.
They think that protected, like, I just don't know why they think that. Like, I don't know why y'all think that protecting O's with these bum ass, boring ass fights. Like, bro, the great fighters O's, with the exception of Floyd, right? Because I ain't even gonna hold him. It's cool, fine. You gotta
that's Joe Kazagi.
And cool, right? And Finito Lopez.
Finito Lopez.
And Finito Lopez. But I'm saying that if you trying to make money, you got to crack some eggs, bro. Somebody got to lose. The way y'all motherfuckers is doing, you being so fucking careful, you ain't got no imagination. Zerto Ramirez, David Benavidez, at light heavyweight, no belt, and watch how many motherfuckers will go to that fight. Watch! Do it on the West Coast.
That's a good-ass fight.
And you know what? The winner of that fight on some Mexican pride shit, Canelo has to fight them. He can't escape
Yes.
fighting that guy, especially
they-
going back home to Mexico.
They don't see it that way. Like these, look, to me, them motherfuckers is morons because that fight should have happened in 2017 or 20. It was 2016 or 2017 when David was about to go to Top Rank. I think Zerto had the WBO title.
2018.
It was 2018.
Yes, man.
Trying to tell you something, B. He should have went up. If he would have had that fight, he would have been that guy by now.
I spoke to
Canelo's
David.
third fight is against
I
Juan
spoke
Manuel
to David in
Marquez.
Omaha about that. He was talking about that with me in Omaha after the Benavidez and Crawford fight. He was saying we went all in the same restaurant. And we spoke about it. But yeah, man. Slim, look here, real quick, man. Real quick. Cinnamon can't possibly be this goddamn good. I'm Bivol by stoppage, man. I swear to God, if this motherfucker beat Bivol,
Listen,
if he beat Bivol, do you know
Listen.
what this fucking means?
This is the thing about Bivol, right? I agree with you on this, Ron.
He
I think
can't be this goddamn
Listen,
good. Slim.
I think that Bivol got the power to get his attention. But Bivol best punches. This is my hang up. Bivol best punches is straight punches. Canelo fight on a swivel, and he don't just fight on a swivel. He slip and hook. So if you shoot that straight jab and he slip it, he gonna get through to the body, and he just gonna keep doing that. When he don't do that, he gonna be in that high guard, catch and shoot. That's what he do.
I'm gonna take the
Is my
minority.
boy
on
Ron?
this.
Is that my boy Ron Boy Fresh in the building? Ron Boy
You
Fresh in the
already,
building,
you
Mo?
already know, Slim.
I
I
see
was
Slim.
listening to y'all. I was looking at the game and shit, so I was like, all right,
I
I'm
know.
gonna
I
let
see
y'all
Slim
Slim
go.
in Vegas for that Valdez Stevenson. I know Slim gonna be up there live.
Oh yeah, you already
Live and
know. You
direct.
already know that shit. I'm waiting for. I didn't hit my man. I'm like, when y'all gonna drop the motherfucking tickets? Everything already booked with me. But
Nah,
you know
I'ma
the NFL. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me say this. This is why I'm not. Look, it's a quality fight, no doubt about it. It's everything that a boxing fan wants. It's two champions. They both got their O's. They both got their belts. But I'm comfortable Stevenson on points. That's the logical choice.
I'm betting Steve. I'm going with. I mean, I always bet on the stoppage because that's just where the money at. But I got, I'm always Shakur out. Shakur.
Yeah, like
but I just got. I honestly think that Valdez is going to sit on the stool. I think Eddie going to be like, you sit this one out. We ain't even going back out. And that's how I'm a curve.
Because of the speed, bro.
crazy.
Nah, because of the speed, bro. The speed.
I'm telling you, it's going to be light and day, and I know Valdez. I spoke to Valdez too. I mean, I don't have a, me. I'm at these fights, so I'm different than everybody else. I didn't speak to everybody, so and I'm cool with Valdez, but Shakur is, and I stand by this. I'm telling you, he is just different.
I'll say, look. Valdez.
No, he on another level, Ron.
Valdez got enough power, and let me say this: Valdez has enough power to hurt and stun Shakur. My thing is, he not going to land though. That's my thing. He not.
And
that's
the thing. Nope. And that's exactly what it. And that's exactly what it's going to be. He's not going to land that punch. He's going to get frustrated. Then it's going to get crunch time. He's going to make more mistakes, and Shakur's going to capitalize. And Eddie going to be like, "That's enough. Sit it on down. All right, you retire this because you already been in enough wars. Ain't no sense in going back. What we going to do is we're going to sit this one out and try to get another big fight after Shakur. That's the best way.
If anything, look, they could always look like, let's say, all right, we in the future right now, B. It's like 9 months from now. He done lost the fucking fight already. He done lost the belt, right? They could go, call Kenichi Ogawa. Let's fight for the IBF. Yeah,
that's a dangerous fight, man. That's a dangerous fight. He can still punch, man. Like
no, he can punch, but he old. B ain't Ogawa pushing 40.
No.
You gotta remember.
Now let me paint this picture for y'all. It's next year. Josh Taylor's at 147. They offered Terrence Crawford 10-15 million to go across the pond. Are we gonna show up to that fight, Ron Boy Fresh?
Absolutely.
You have to.
Across
I'm
you
waiting
see the vision, baby. You see the vision, Ron.
You
You
already
see
know.
it.
I'm waiting for it. Shit, I would have been. I would have been.
After Bud said, like, after
listen,
Bud
I'll
said,
say that.
I love them UK fans. Bud had
I will
fun.
support Crawford. I will turn up for
I'm
Britain
flying
and
out.
support
Shit.
Crawford.
Look,
all the way.
This the shit. Like, it's still winnable. It's still winnable for Bud. Even this year, it is winnable for Bud. But the shit is, he is getting older though. That's the other
He
thing. Like
is.
he is getting older. He's 34 now. I think he's 34, 35 now, around there. He's getting older. So I don't want the dude to ever lose. But it's like you can't romanticize shit like that, B.
Me
Bud,
either, bro.
from my understanding, Bud ain't gonna let nobody retire him. So that's what's gonna happen. He not gonna do the fight unless he knows, he got it. He's not gonna sit around when he know he ain't got it. He ain't coming out. I'm telling you.
Now let me ask you a question, Ron, because I ain't get that. Hold on, bro.
Sorry, Jew.
Ron,
Yeah.
I ain't speak to you in a while. Have you
Of course.
completely, because this is where I'm at. I've given up on Spence versus Crawford. It's not even.
Oh, yeah, I've been saying that. How long have I been telling you that?
I'm just checking because I'm like, look, if Spence, this is the thing, right? I've been thinking about this a lot, and he's in a corner right now. We haven't talked about this in a live in a while, but he's in a corner. Ennis versus Clayton is for the IBF Mando spot, right? He don't need that. Like, you don't need those problems, bro. At the same time, Butayev versus Stanionis by way of the WBA. You got Keith Thurman trying to make his way to him by way of the WBC, and I just see a situation to where it's like, look, two of them fights is dangerous as shit. Now the Crawford fight is dangerous as shit, but at least that's a unification. These two shits, these motherfuckers will fuck around and beat you and take everything you got. For losing to them, why not fight Bud?
And they're hungry too.
I honestly don't think the money is for. I don't think it's me, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, Earl or Ugas might have the belts, but I don't think it's gonna be enough money to entice Bud to take the fight. And the reason being is they not gonna put money behind it. I think it's gonna be bigger money for Bud to go ahead and fight Ortiz and for Bud to fight Josh. I don't think it's no.
Then that fight.
Right, because they're not gonna, because you got to split the pot. You got the egos. Bud is not about the fight. We already, and what have I been saying? And everybody said I was too pro Bud for Bud signing back with Top Rank. It's about the money. And hey Jules, what have we been saying about that fraudulent ass, phantom ass backing money? That shit ain't real.
I got a question for Ron.
Yeah,
brother, I listen to what you're saying. But the biggest fight for Bud, is Josh Taylor. That's it. End of. In the UK,
the money. I think it is, and that's what I'm saying.
Let me say this. This is why that's the biggest fight, and it's two words: Daniel Kennedy. That's all I gotta say.
Bud to get the bonus on that. You know what I'm saying? The winner get the bonus. You know, the bonus.
Hey Ron,
I got Bud beating up.
Hey Ron,
beating up Josh.
Yo,
I got Bud beating up Josh. Come to the UK, suck it up, win it.
I bet Earl gonna get the stoppage on that. Earl finally gonna get a stoppage, man.
You think he gonna stop Ugas?
Yes, absolutely.
You now when
a lot of pressure on him.
Hold on, I gotta ask you about our guy. Is Rolly still our guy?
What about the eye, bro? What about
is Rolly still our guy to beat Davis?
Nah. Rolly terrible. Man. Rolly ain't fight. Rolly rusty. He was already horrible. He was already horrible. Come on, Slum. He ain't fought nothing. He can't box, and then you put a rusty motherfucker in there that can't box.
Listen, wait. This is what I'm gonna say. Hold on, bro. This is what I'm gonna say. Look. Think about this shit, because I've been thinking about this shit a lot.
That shit crazy.
Davis went 12 damn near with Gamboa. And he really went 12 with Cruz. And Cruz a pocket-sized motherfucker. He a little motherfucker.
Right.
He little. Rolly is big and dumb.
Man. What we say?
Rolly's like Lenny from Mice of Men, just big and dumb.
Big and dumb,
No, Ron, I got a question.
I'm about
for
to
you.
quit laughing.
No, hold on.
Let me tell you.
Don't come
Wait there,
on.
bro. Let me go.
No, Ron.
You're all talking Josh and Bud, right? And I'm telling you, right? Bud's already got disputed over here in this country. That's why he's big. Anyway, we love him, Bud, over here. How you treat Bud over there, it's like unreal. It's unreal. And I swear to God, it's unreal. But you bring Bud over here, he's the man who will dethrone Josh. He is the man, bro. I'm telling you. And that's how you're big, superstar. We love
and
Josh.
if you want to be real,
Bud is different level, bro. Bro, he's a boxer. You don't appreciate what you got.
Right.
Sorry, bro, but you don't.
And if you want to be real, let's not act like Conor Ben can't be on the menu.
Nah,
It ain't a bad idea.
I'm gonna
It's
keep
not
it
really
real.
bad if
Eddie
you take an L from Crawford.
Eddie not gonna make that fight because Bud don't just listen. Bud don't just hand out L's. He ruined fighters, bro. He
That is
Felix
true.
Diaz.
ruined
Diaz.
fighters.
That is true. That is true.
Right?
But
Now, Ron,
yeah,
I got a
yeah,
question,
yeah,
Ron.
yeah,
Ron,
yeah.
all these chumps from 35 going to 40, are they even going to get a win against the top guys? Haney, Lopez. What's going to happen to them at
Man,
140?
you already know how I feel about 140. 140 is a monster division. I've been saying this for years. It's just, I think, and I sort of disagree with y'all with the Teofimo and Taylor fight. I think before Taylor go to 147, I think they're gonna end up having the winner of Barboza and Teo fight Taylor.
Nah, you know what I think they're gonna do? The winner of Barboza Tio gonna fight the winner of Pedraza Ramirez. That's what
I think I was thinking that, but what's gonna happen with that, from my understanding, is that was fuck. I think they were supposed to fight Zepeda though. I think what's happening, they're gonna wait on that side. From my understanding, I heard they were gonna wait for a vacant belt. Because the reason being is it's not because they have to do it that way, because no matter what, Tio got 2 pay-per-views out of these next 3 fights, so they gotta figure out a way to make it a pay-per-view fight. And
Taylor beats Tio, man.
I know, but it's still a pay-per-view fight that they gotta put on because it's in the contract.
Listen, if it's put and Bam, I'm not picking Pedraza to win the fucking fight, by the way. But the only way I could see T.O. beating the winner of that fight is if the winner's Pedraza. If big ass Jose, and I think Jose gonna win the fight. I've been said that.
Yeah.
Teofimo don't beat Jose Ramirez.
Yeah,
He don't beat him.
But do you know how good of a fight that is though? Once they get Teofimo on the winning track, that's a hell of a fight though. That's
it is. But I don't think
we'll do damn good numbers.
But I don't think we ever going, like, I just don't feel like we going to get Lopez versus Taylor, because maybe it's because I keep hearing about the Crawford shit, and I'm like, look.
Yeah, but I think, and then what I'm saying is, when I was out Vegas at the fight, it looked like they backpedaled a little bit. They saw some things, and they were like, They changed up a little bit after that Porter Crawford fight. I think they say they're going to, but once again, Taylor got hurt though. So they that sort of pushed the schedule back. Or well, I would say it pushed it forward where they might have to go to 147. But the whole plan was with Teofimo new deal is to try to get him a pay-per-view fight. And the best pay-per-view fight
gotta be Ramirez. It gotta be
I don't know, but I don't think that's going to happen. But you gotta have a belt on the line though, Slim. That's the whole thing. You gotta have that belt on the line. And so Josh is going. I don't think they think Tio can beat Josh. They think that
the smart thing they have to do is basically wait for them to move up. That's it.
All right, look. Let's look. This is what we know. This weekend we got Taylor Catterall, right? For this shit to happen in a timely fashion, Josh got to move up right after that. He can't sit on the belts.
Right, he can't. And that's what I'm telling you. They're going to go right back into the fire. And I think Tio, and I'm trying to figure out what they're going to do with this Barboza and Teofimo fight, because that's where it's going to that's going to predict a lot of shit that Top Rank do on that side at 140.
Well, let's be honest. Look, if I'm not even saying that he is going to beat Barboza, but let me say this. I feel Barboza is more winnable for Tio than Taylor, more winnable than Ramirez, a little bit more winnable than Zapata, because Zapata shocked the fucking shit out of somebody.
He shot. I thought he was on his line. I swear, I thought Jose was going to get him. I was
like,
perfect.
Motherfucking Lundy beat him, bro.
Yeah,
there y'all go, picking a Puerto Rican over a Mexican. There y'all go.
Nah, bro. We saw that London. We saw that Hank fight.
It was because of the
Everybody was
Lundy
saying that.
fight, bro.
Yeah.
He looked like he left it all in the ring with Baranchik in the
Baranchik,
Lundy
bro.
fight.
That
So
shit
Is
was
he
crazy,
gonna
I
be
think
able
it's
bro.
to
safe to say
beat
we still don't know
Barbosa
where he's
though?
at. Really, I mean, he still hasn't had that fight that we can tell was a paid his at.
Yeah, I mean, really, because
Yeah.
and shout out to Jay for reminding me of this. They're like, look, it's cool that you knocked out Josue in one round, but we didn't get to see you do nothing, bro. So
Yeah,
fuck around.
yeah.
Fuck
It's
around.
like,
You ain't shot. Fuck around, because we
plus,
didn't get to see you do nothing.
plus last I
Oh
heard,
shit! This is what I wanted to say.
yeah,
When you brought up Pedraza and Ramirez, I sort of threw the bug out there that I honestly think if Team Haney think they so thorough, I don't understand why they don't try to throw their hat and try to get up in there and get that number one, get the number one
They
spot
don't
because
want.
technically he can move up and fight the number one contender.
Listen,
Ron,
bro.
hear
Listen,
me out.
bro.
Ron, please hear me. If Haney fights Zepeda, there is a potentiality that he might get gift wrapped. Let's not
Yo,
do that to that young boy.
let me
Look,
say this. Let me say
look,
this.
I don't protect
I
fighters,
gotta
bro. Like if you
listen. I
gonna talk
gotta
that
say some
talk, you
fucked
walk
up.
that
I
walk,
gotta say
bro.
some fucked up shit. Let me say this fucked up shit. I
I
hope
know
Bill
it.
Haney not listening, but
Go
I
ahead,
gotta
Jules.
say this. If
Say
I'm
it.
Eddie Hearn, I'm feeding Devin Haney to Montana Love, and I'm gonna make Montana
Woo-hoo!
Love a star. Simple as, simple
That's
as.
That
Like,
fine
bro,
fucking
now.
No, he right,
That's
because like I've been
something gotta
saying,
give, bro. Something
mm,
gotta give. Like, so, yo,
exactly
look,
like I've been
bro.
saying, right now,
no.
Keyshawn Davis will start Cheney at 35. I'm on record with that.
I'm
I don't, I don't,
I
I
ain't
think
gonna argue with you,
honestly,
yo.
I don't,
I ain't gonna
they,
argue with you.
Spicy.
nah, that's a fight that they wouldn't even take. Team Haney wouldn't take that fight. So I'm gonna be honest with you, they'd be fools to take that fight.
But they don't have nothing, bro. What the
Go, and
fuck are they gonna
that's
do?
what I said. Go, but listen to what I was saying, Jules. You go on the WBC side, right? Because you're
Uh-huh.
already the champion. You go ahead, put your paperwork in. If you can't get the number, because the champion got to sign off. So we already know Josh gonna be occupied. If you don't get the champion, you get the next motherfucker is the number one motherfucker after Pedraza and Ramirez. Y'all need a fight. Y'all gotta bust a move. That's
Let
just
me
what it's gonna be.
let me
So
say
Slim,
this. Hold
you
on,
don't
wait.
think
Let me
he's
say
gonna
this.
go
Let
ahead?
me say this. Hold on. Let me say this. I have it on good authority that Zapata, even though whenever we see him, it's on a top rank card. He's not actually a top rank fighter. I have it on good authority that they just fuck with him. They just like him. So
Oh,
to
for
me,
real?
I have it on good authority. Yeah,
Oh,
somebody
okay.
told me that inside intel. That's what somebody told me. Make of that what you will, but that he's not an Accord Hoyle top rank fighter. That's what I was told. So I'm like, I thought about that, and I'm like, Devin, you need to fight him then. You're not gonna get
Yeah.
Ramirez. Pedraza just renewed his deal with Top Rank. You're not gonna get Ramirez neither. Not that you could win that
But
fight
that's what
because
I'm
you
saying.
fucking
They're
can't.
gonna have to go through the sanctioning body to get these fights because it's apparently something they can't get shit to shake. So at the end of the day, you're gonna have to go through these sanctioning bodies, and these sanctioning bodies know that at this point they tired of motherfuckers stalling because they ain't getting no money, with y'all motherfuckers sitting on the sideline, jockeying for position. That's why the WBO had to step in with Sean versus Bud, because if they didn't step in, that fight wasn't gonna get made. It wouldn't have been no money. They wouldn't have got their 3% off that fight or whatever the fuck that percentage they get. They know that's why sanctioning bodies are ordering these fights, because they realize that one, PBC, y'all ain't got it like that no more. So y'all slowing this shit
Exactly.
the fuck up. So we gonna
Exactly.
start ordering fights. Y'all can't use our trinket belts to go ahead and re-up on these Fox deals. That's the other problem PBC gonna have. So they gonna have to start busting moves.
I mean, when we get into that conversation, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest. It ain't me. It ain't me being an asshole or wishing bad. It's just that look, if I'm Fox, what the fuck do y'all have, bro? Like, what the
And that's
fuck?
it. That Fox deal is done.
It's a
It's
wrap for
finito.
that.
Not doing that. They don't have the money to do. They already telling you we not putting no more money in this. Y'all motherfuckers got to run these pay-per-views, and how's the pay-per-views with 20 and 30,000 views helping us as a network?
Exactly. Exactly.
Now Slim,
Yeah.
who gets the Cambosis fight?
Oh yeah, I told y'all the day after Loma beat fucking Comey, he was getting that fight.
Oh, I mean, because listen, this is the conversation that's going, and I'm sold that it's
It
going to
don't
be the
even
still
matter.
Lomachenko.
But dudes, didn't I say that? I
No,
said
I'm
it don't
right.
matter.
Listen. When it comes to that subject, bro, we've been since like I said it. I said it in November, bro. Loma gonna
Right.
get the fight, bro. Loma gonna get the fight.
Loma gonna get it.
Which is why. Look. Let me say this right. I'm not a Devin Haney hater, bro. I'm every video. Y'all need to hurry up and do the fight. Make the sacrifices. Do what you gotta do. Make the fight because Loma going. If y'all don't do this shit fast, Loma gonna get the fight. And once he get the fight, y'all know y'all ain't gonna want to fight for them belts. Y'all know
Right.
that.
Can I just chime in real quick about this? Based on the way Canelo was trying to, disseminate information as far as who he's gonna pick, for his next two fights, right?
Mm-hmm.
He told Carpenter to zip it, and I think he was waiting for the news about the zone, releasing this pay-per-view feature. I mean, it could be the same thing for Haney and Kambosos, for Undisputed. So I'm just putting it out there.
I don't know.
Nah, what I was told that it wasn't even about that. The cop was right, but the only thing that wasn't finalized was the third fight. That's what they were working on.
Well, I'm gonna say this about Haney, right? And I don't think he's gonna get the fight. Like, it's not me wanting to now. I just don't feel like he's gonna get the fight. I feel like Loma has the fight already, but maybe the war shit. Wait a minute, the war shit. I don't know if he gonna get on his Captain Ukraine shit and go over there with a shield and a shotgun and try to just wreck. Like, I don't know if he gonna do that because look, Usyk went over there, bro. He did the dude literally went to the UK, did the paperwork for the Joshua fight, then said, "Fuck that, I'm going to the Ukraine." How we know Loma not gonna do that?
Loma not doing that because Loma is in Greece right now. Loma is we already see Loma. Loma is in Greece. They already preparing to go to Australia.
Loma's 5'7". Loma's 5'7".
Loma's not built. No, fellas.
Dude, he'll get blown away by mortars.
Do y'all feel like Devin Haney's kind of trying to sell his O? Because the walls are closing in.
No,
it's no walls closing on. He just cannot get the fights. It just is what it is. And at the end of the day, they talking. I mean, and then I'm a Haney fan, but at the end of the day, y'all gotta bust a move. And it's too many motherfuckers chasing these boxes, bro. Like you gotta. If you say y'all as good as y'all are, bust a move with that paperwork. Say, all right, well, since we can't get Josh, give us that number one spot for that WBC at 140. Because it's nothing at 135. You already know Fat Boy ain't fighting nobody. You in the gym with a motherfucker, and you sitting here, and that's why Haney and Lenny got a problem. Because they sitting here like talking like y'all keep saying this man's a star. Well, we want to take his star power, make the fight. Well, Haney, you black, that's not what we do. We fight Hispanics.
Hey man, but hey, Ron, them Hispanics don't get paid on stipend; they get paid in full.
Let me say this. If the wars is closing in on anybody, right? Unless they could get Mikey to save Davis, because that's the only fight I could see that
exactly.
That's the only one I could see that like, yo, he'll make bread with that fight, but he got to go back to 40 because Mikey can't make 35 no more, but he can make 40 for the bread. That's
right. When I say the walls closing in on Haney, I mean like he can't stay at 135 and make weight safely before getting stretched. And at 140, there's killer. He ain't gonna touch Prograis at 40. Jose Ramirez.
I disagree with that. I think he beats Prograis on points.
Nah, you crazy.
You wildin', B. You wildin'.
No.
I got Haney. I got Haney. Make the fight. I already told him, make the fight. I got Haney.
I'm Eddie Hearns.
And I'll post my best.
If I'm Eddie Hearns, I'm going to get me some Haney versus some Montana love. And we going to turn Montana. We going to turn Montana into the superstar. Like, look, y'all been talking about Haney all these years. I got this Montana love right here. He just knocked him out. I do. You got it. Yo, you got look. That's how Bob do it. Sink or swim, B. Something got to give. I can't keep paying for this shit. Something got to give, B. Somebody got to give.
Indulge me, Jules. What does Prograis do to fucking Haney?
Bro, what's some real shit? I ain't even care, B. He'll put that kid in the hospital.
All right. Well, I think. Well, let me put it like this. Let me put it like this. Prograde is a way easier fight than Montana Love for Haney.
You wildin', you crazy.
All right.
Bro, he got guys faking nut shots. Like he hit so
Yeah.
hard. Red Cats
I
didn't.
hear you.
You got dudes faking nuts. Like, bro,
Look,
you ain't even
man.
get hit in the dick, B. Or is it that you got hit in the liver so hard you felt it in your dick? Because when he went down,
It's 3 fighters that Haney need to not fight at 140. That's Taylor, Matias, and Montana Love.
and
I'm
Regis
just saying,
Prograde.
look,
No,
I'm
no,
just
no,
saying,
no,
look,
no.
let me just say this. If he fights Prograde, if Haney fights Prograde, you better have EMS on standby. I'm
Yo,
just
dog,
telling
let me
people
tell
like
you
what
what
Linares
Linares
did. You
Matter of
see
fact,
what
that's the
Linares
fight they
did to
should
him,
make, though.
Listen,
But that's
you
the
see,
point we making. That's a fight they should make. Y'all talk that talk. Everybody talking that talk. Now it's time to bust a move because y'all
let's
can't get
go.
nothing shaking
I
at
already
135.
know what fight Haney going after Prograde knock out McKenna in March. That's who
Mhm.
Haney going to fight at 140. Tyrone
That's what I
McKenna.
heard. That's what I heard. I heard that Prograde is the leading candidate up there at 140
Really?
for Haney.
They crazy. They gonna
You
lose
have
that
to
fight.
Hey,
understand
Ron,
They
this.
you
gonna
know
lose
that.
that
Ron,
fight.
you know they make that fight. We'll go. I'll pay for that shit.
You have to understand this. Regis
Um,
is struggling to make 140 though. A
no,
lot of
he's
people.
not, bro.
Oh,
No,
so
he's
what
not.
you saying,
No, he's
Chris?
not.
That Haney gonna knock him out?
No, he's
No,
not.
no,
Regis,
no, no,
Regis
no.
is
Hear
not
me out. Hear
struggling
me
to make
out. Hear me out.
140. Regis not struggling to make. Regis is just lazy right now. He's not
Regis,
struggling. He's not
Regis got
struggling
a
to make 140.
nutritionist. Regis got
Yeah,
listen. My man Regis got a nutritionist.
he's not.
He's good money, B.
Yeah, he's not struggling to make 140. It's his lazy. That's why, like you say, he got a nutritionist. He can make 140 easy. I was with Mo Hooker and we were talking about that. He was like, man, he'll make 140. That's why he don't want 0 parts of 147. He don't want 0 parts because he know he can make 140.
But the
And
other
he can't
ain't no
compete
breath
at
for
140.
Regis at 147. That's the other shit though. Ain't no breath for him. Like, look, unless you PBC, you ain't gonna fight for them belts. So let's not even act like you at their lunch table. You not. All the money that's out there for you is at 140. Regis'
Yeah.
problem is you not with Top Rank, so you don't got access to Zapata, Ramirez, Pedra. You don't got access to none of that. That's his
He don't
problem.
got access to PBC either because after he done talk that talk, I don't even know if they gonna rock with him.
I mean, they don't got nothing. If what they got, Victor Potts. Yo, how y'all got Gary Russell fighting Victor Potts, bro?
I mean,
Y'all
what-
come on, B.
that 140, that's what make 140 so good though. It's just split because you got Matias, you got Brandon Lee, you got Russell. Who else
Yo,
they got over
Matisse
there?
got that murder game,
They
bro.
got
Every
Richard,
time
they got Hitchens, Malik Hawkins out the picture.
But
so
they
he's
gonna
been
have to,
executed.
yeah. But they gonna have to look. This the look. Yeah, 140 stack. I agree,
Yeah.
right? But Matias not gonna fight for no belt, bro. Not unless they willing to send him out because there ain't no belts on the PBC side. It ain't
No,
none.
it's not. But I'm just saying, as for we know who got all. But see, that's why 140 is so good. We got one motherfucker got all the belts, but he's still a rack of motherfucking good ass fights there without any belts. Is what that's why we're talking about.
I'm saying
Yeah.
we not look. We not gonna get no one of the best fights at 140, right? No belt.
Right.
Matias Prograde. Wonderful fight.
Absolutely. And Prograde told me he didn't know who he was. So basically he don't want to fight Matias. He told me flat out, I don't know who Matias is. I was like, yeah, you know who he is. You just don't want to fight him. And
Bruh.
I said,
He called him out on Twitter saying that. He called him out on Twitter saying that beat his ass.
How you not gonna know the man that killed Maxime Dadashev, bro? Let's stop the
come
man.
on.
Stop the man.
But then months later, he started name
real.
dropping Matias. Months later, he started name dropping Matias. We was on IG Live, and he was like, "Why you keep bringing up Matias? I don't know who he is." This was like over the summer, I think. And then he later on, a couple months ago, he started, Matias, I'll beat him. I was like, fight him then, because I'm sure that if PBC, if he wanted to stay on PBC, I think they probably offered him that fight, and he said, "Fuck no." I'm dead ass serious.
I don't think the bread was right because being
I
real
mean,
with
it
you,
probably wasn't. It probably
look, this is the thing. I'm gonna say this: if I'm Regis Prograde, right, and I'm a former world champion, if you offering me anything under $1 million for that fight, I'm not gonna take it.
And that's probably why he's not with PBC no more.
That man got a body, bro. You want me to fight a guy that got a body on his record for under $1 million? Bro, fuck out of here. Fight that motherfucker.
Not to be funny, but not to laugh, but I was at that fight. But I was at that fight, right? And I said, if you could check my tweets, I was at that fight, and I literally said, soon as they walked him out, Max was throwing up right next, like he was throwing up on the other side, like you know how you walk through the fucking tunnel and shit or whatever. He was throwing up on the other side. I saw him, and I said, Slim, he might not make this. I'm telling you.
That's brain dead. Like if
And
vomiting after a concussion. Well, that's a
Yeah.
sign of a concussion
And
when
then
you
they put
start
him on
vomiting.
a gurney joint and rolled him out. I'm telling you, he's throwing up, and they put him on the ground. It's like, this ain't good.
And the
Listen,
scary thing
not
about Matias
Slim.
is he doesn't load up on his punches at all.
no, he
Those
just
are
No.
hard
threw.
punches.
He just
just-
threw.
He just
Matter of fact,
throw.
quick question for Ron. Ron, quick question.
Yeah.
Who wins that fight? Who wins that fight? Matias or Prograis? Who do you think
Regis
wins?
program.
Matias.
Stop that shit.
That's why I
I'm
asked.
not
That's why I
serious,
asked.
dog.
Because he was
I'm
looking
not
great. No. Let me say this. I seen Matias last fight, and I kept thinking in the beginning rounds he wasn't looking right. And all I'm saying is Regis got the kind of power that if you let him hit you the way that dude was hitting you in the early rounds, you don't make it to the later rounds where you stop him. See, I think Matias could stop him. It goes without
I think
saying.
Matias to stop him. I really do.
But the fight got to carry on. If he get hit with one of them clean ones from Regis will take him out.
Man, when I'm telling you,
Ron, I gotta ask you a question.
Yeah.
Why you do you think Regis Prograis some shit?
No, I just don't think he can beat the guys you said. I think he's still a top 4 fighter at 140. Keep in mind, I'm the main motherfucker to tell you 140 is the best division, and I have Regis probably number 3 or number 4 in that division. So I don't have a problem with Regis, but I'm just Matias, Taylor, and I think Haney's skill set can beat Regis. That's just Haney can beat him on the points. I think
I don't see
Matias
that, man.
and Taylor, if Taylor was to fight Regis again, he'll stop Regis.
I can
Now,
see.
let me say
I can
this,
see that.
Ron.
I
You know
can
what?
see
Yeah, I
that.
probably-
Ron,
yeah,
I can see
Ron,
that.
is
Yeah.
are Munguia and Lil Charlo gonna play at 160?
They might have to, because I honestly think the best thing that happened to boxing is that Cinnamon is on the zone, and now PBC got to make shit happen, and I don't think they're gonna get the Fox deal, so therefore they're gonna have to start stacking some shit over at Showtime.
Yeah. And it's gonna be guys. It's gonna be guys like if they don't get the Fox deal, right? You already not getting a budget from them, really, which is why
You're not getting the budget. That's why they doing it on pay-per-view.
now. It's
Right.
gonna be a lot of guys. Like this is why I said this, right?
It's gonna be a fire sale.
Let me say this. Maybe we get Charlo versus Plant right this year, and then we get Lemieux versus Benavidez, which we already know about. What if Benavidez sit on the shelf for the rest of the year? Because that could happen too, bro. That he remember Charlo fought Montiel last year, and that was it. That was it. He didn't fight after that. They could do that to Benavidez. All right.
Already said, I stamped that earlier. I already said that. I wouldn't be surprised if Charlo don't fight this year, and after this Lemieux fight, Benavidez is sitting down.
Bruh, that's so because if you have to allocate all your resources from Showtime don't got a budget for all these fucking guys you got,
They
man.
don't.
So some of them gonna have to you just gonna have to wait, or and I don't even know if they'll let them. You're gonna have to cross the street, but I don't know.
They're gonna have to cross the street. But we already, but the Jews, we already started seeing that. The motherfuckers started. They sent Marcus Brown over there, so they gonna start trimming the fat.
But it been bad because you lost Badu Jack, the pro bellum. He based out of Dubai now. Pascal tested positive for 18 fucking peds.
Yeah.
You don't have nobody for him to fight.
Yeah, but that is true. But at the end of the day, they still make it. They still, and that's why I said. That's why I had to get Shot Slim to the sanctioning bodies. They like, look, man, y'all, we gonna start ordering these fights, man. Either y'all gonna have to trim the fat, do something. But all this controlling this motherfuckers fighting once a year. I was like, y'all got prime motherfuckers fighting once a year.
Bruh. When Tuxok fought Gary, Tuxok was out for a year before that fight. And I'm like, bro, this dude don't even got 20 fights. Why is he sitting on the shelf
It's
for a year?
unreal. It's unreal, man.
Yeah, that's just unheard of.
Remember, he drew in his last fight.
How old is Benavidez?
They
by the way?
ruined him. They ruined him, Jay. To me, Tuxok is damaged goods to me now. Like, bro, nah, whatever you was
I don't
gonna
think
be. you that right now. Whatever you was gonna be, you that right now. That's it.
This is like the boxing equivalent of low management in the NBA. Like I don't think this is good for fighters' development.
It's not. We already said it's not good.
No,
You
it's
can
horrible.
tell by the product it's not good. Look at the product.
Like
Right.
It's
really,
stale,
if it's
stagnant.
me, what I do is I move motherfucking Brandon Figueroa up to Mark Mixayo and I have them fight. That's a money fight. It's time to make the money fights. You got fights in there that you could make that is worth the bread. If you don't
They
make that fight, then make fucking Leo fight on Mark Mixayo.
well,
Either if they don't, they got to fuck off because they got to get innovative.
Something
they're
gotta
gonna have
happen.
to. But that's what I said. The cinnamon doing this DAZN deal is probably the best thing to happen to boxing. Because I'm telling you, Fox ain't picking this shit up. So the motherfuckers either gonna have to fire sale, or these motherfuckers is gonna have to go over to Showtime and bust a hell of a move. And Showtime gonna be like, look, we don't want none of them garbage ass fights. So because Showtime is different. Showtime is boxing, you know what I mean? They in the boxing shit. They're not gonna let that product go like that. They was like, oh no. If you think we about no. We want to see Leo and motherfucking we you know what I'm saying, Fulton
And we
and
not gonna
MJ
no,
and
but the
fuck,
other thing is
we want fuck.
motherfuckers gonna have to take pay cuts, man, because the other shit is look,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to stack these cards, and
Yeah.
everybody can't get an arm and a leg just for getting out there. Like Keith,
Right.
I'll be surprised if Keith fight again this year, and I'm not even kidding. I'll be surprised, like, bro, based on what you want for a fight and what is available to you, you know what I
Right.
mean? I'll be surprised if he fight
what
again
was
this
the
year.
pay- what was the pay for the
Keith
Barrios
didn't
fight?
sell himself, so the product is bad. He looked bad after the 5th round. So it's like you didn't your product down. You done devoured your brand after that performance. You let a fucking super featherweight do something you couldn't do as a 147 pounder.
And the worst thing is not even just the boxing of it in the performance as a product, right? It would have been better for Keith to fight on free TV and do big numbers than to fight on pay-per-view and not do shit.
That would have did 3 million plus views
Easy on Fox. If you take the hit, take the pay cut to like, look, I'll fight for 750,000 or give me 800,000. I'll do the fight on Fox. We ain't even got to do it as a pay-per-view.
Right.
If you
Don't give me no back, just give me the sponsorship money and we go.
And
now I'm gonna ask y'all to look in your crystal ball. It's 2023 Cinco de Mayo. Is Canelo fighting the winner of Better Beef Smith or a PBC guy?
He's not fighting the winner of Better Beef Smith.
I think we will see, and I said this already, I think we will see undisputed Cinco de Mayo 2023 with or without Cinnamon.
You know why I don't see that? Because I do see undisputed happening, but I heard on the grapevine that Bob don't want to pay to play with Cinnamon. He don't want to put up that kind of bread because you see what kind of bread it take to get him to the table.
But hold up, this is what Bob doing that PBC didn't want to do. They didn't want to make the fights to sort of live to get some of the leverage. If you got a motherfucker coming with 2 belts and another motherfucker coming with 2 belts, the split is a little closer. You dig what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, hey, you halfway there. You can't back down now. Come on, let's get the fight done. And I think that's better. I think that's one of the main reasons why. And I don't want to say it's the main reason because I thought Better Beef was going to get all. I thought Better Beef was going to get 3 belts anyway because I thought they were eventually going to fight Bivol too. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I think that's going to help that Better Beef coming with 2 because he's going to beat the shit out of Joe. And then
he gonna
yeah. Oh, and
he gonna hurt that man.
Either which way, or we get Bivol. Either we get Bivol and Better Beef Cinco de Mayo. I mean, in that first half of because either which way, Cinco de Mayo is really a cinnamon date. So I'm not even gonna put that Cinco de Mayo, but first half of 2023. You dig what I'm saying?
But you got Bivol beating Canelo, bro.
I do got that. That's what I'm saying. I think we get. I mean, that's what I'm betting.
Okay, Slim. How do you, Slim? Do you have him dominating like Usyk did AJ?
No, I have Bivol. I have Bivol by way of late stoppage. Wow. That's what I'm betting.
Get out of here.
Okay, that's what I'm going with.
What the fucking hot take
I
right
think
there.
I think Bivol can withstand, and he can start capitalizing when Cinnamon slow down a little bit,
Well, that
because
shit's
Cinnamon
not gonna happen, bro.
Cinnamon do make some mistakes on that after that 8th round. He started
He
making
fight
bad
on a
mistakes.
swivel, man. He fight on a
Listen.
swivel. He slip and hook, man. It
When
ain't
was the
gonna
I
last?
happen.
hear
Go
you.
ahead.
But though, you
That's
know
just
what
what I'm
though?
bet with. And
I know Ron's already gonna put up a stack on that on the
oh
card.
yeah, I got it. I'm
Listen,
setting up
I
the flex
can't
fund
see
right
it,
now.
Ron. That's all I'm saying. I can't see it. I
I
Oh,
can't
hear
you
see
John
you,
it
but
Cena,
that's
happening.
what I'm
you
gonna
John
rock with.
Cena now, huh, Jules? You John Cena?
Just
I'm telling you, I'm going with Bivol on this. Cinnamon can't possibly be this goddamn good.
nah, hey man, Stranger Things. Like,
I
look,
know.
I'll be shocked. I'll be.
No, do
I ain't
you
going front.
know how good? And maybe I'm overvaluing Bevel, but yeah, come on, this motherfucker go up to 175 and beat Bevel. Yeah,
Listen,
fuck
this is
this,
this
dog.
is this is this is why this is why this is why I can't get on board. A part of it. Bivol is very good at what he does, but his variety of punches is limited. He don't go to the body a lot. I noticed that. He don't
Yeah,
throw a lot
no,
of hooks and uppercuts. His best shots is straight shots while he's on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen Bivol, and this is going to sound weird because most motherfuckers will think that the taller fighter give him problems. But when you listen, a lot of fighters will tell you the shorter fighter give him
Yeah.
problems. In that
Yeah.
fight, Canelo, the shorter fighter, he going to be getting under and around all them straight shots, hooking off to the body, catching and shooting. I can't see him stopping Canelo. But you know what?
That's what I'm betting.
If he
That's what I'm
stopped
betting.
Canelo, that's a hell of a Sunday morning. That's
I'm going with it.
whoa.
I'm
No,
going
but
with it. And
if
you
he
know,
does
it ain't
that,
off of
But
hate.
don't
I
be
know.
surprised if
if
Bivol
he
I'm
keeps.
does
going
that,
with
where
it.
does he go on the ring pound for pound list?
Oh
Who,
boy.
Bivol?
On the ring pound for pound list, if he stopped
Nah.
Bivol.
If he
I
stopped
mean,
Bivol,
if he
if he
beat
stopped Canelo, if he stopped Canelo, just based on the way it is right now, though, it's set to change very soon. It is set to
Yeah.
change. But if he beat Canelo, he probably like at 8.
Yeah, he in the lower half.
He in the lower half because you still
half.
fighting a little dude though. Like you
Right.
still
Because
fighting a
you
little
gotta
dude.
understand the winner of Valdez and Stevenson gonna be in the top 5.
That's what
Listen.
and I've been saying that they're like, look, both Valdez and Stevenson is 2 division champions. Both
Right.
Valdez and Stevenson have beaten 1 world champion apiece. Oscar beat
Right.
Burchell. Stevenson beat Herring. If whichever one beat the other, that's 2 world champions, 2 divisions,
Right.
2 world titles. So they got the like to me, really, the winner of that fight deserve a spot more than Spence because Spence is not on
Yeah,
my
I
list.
know.
So
No. Spence gonna be in the he already at number 9 to me. I think I got him at 9 or 8 or some shit like that.
Yo,
But like I said, I
if you
put
guys beat him, that'd be funny though.
man.
Shit, I know.
Hey,
Oh my god.
when is Miguel Burchelt fighting again?
He got a
fighting
fight coming up.
125.
Yeah, he fighting. He moving up the lightweight. He do have a fight coming up. He just renewed his top rank contract. He gonna be a lightweight from now on. So don't be surprised if you start hearing Loma versus Burchell conversations after Loma take the belts from George.
Wow.
Does Miguel
Well,
does
no,
Miguel
well,
have a gimme?
this is
Does
also
anybody
what
know
I
Miguel's
got.
fight?
What I got for you too. From my sources, the winner of if Shakur, no, I know Shakur. When Shakur beat Valdez, if they can't get him the IBF, they're gonna have him fight Loma because we know Loma is gonna beat Cambosos.
Yeah,
So the whole thing is they're gonna try to make Loma. They're gonna have Loma versus Shakur on the books. Now, will they fight this year? I don't know, but they might fight the
I don't
first
think
one
it's-
for next year. And they'll have them on the books by the end of this year. Before the year is
I
out.
see that Loma Stevenson next year.
Yeah.
One of them, I don't know which one. Maybe fights Burchell in the mean in between.
Yeah, exactly.
I just don't know which
That's
one.
That's how they gonna play it. So that's the play. They're gonna try to make whoever if Shakur can get when Shakur beat Valdez, they're gonna try to go with the IBF. If that don't work, then they're gonna try to put Loma on the books, and they're gonna probably give him another fight. In the
And I'm
meantime,
gonna tell you,
and it might be
why it ain't gonna work. I'm gonna tell you why it ain't gonna work. Kenichi Ogawa signed the matchroom, bro.
Nah, but they're gonna stick once again. That's what I said. They're gonna try to get that fight done. But if they can't get it done, that's when they're gonna go the Navarrete or the Burchell route. Because Navarrete is supposedly getting the big fight, supposed to be getting a scout. a name. So that name might be Valdez. It might be. I don't know who the
A
name will be.
dangerous fucking fight for him, though. It's a
Yeah,
dangerous
but
fight.
yeah.
How long do you
Yep.
see Shakur staying at 35? A couple
Not long.
years?
Oh no,
Not
he's
long.
not gonna be there long. They already got 2 fights. He only got this Valdez fight, one more fight, and that's it. You probably see 2 fights. Wait, probably one more fight after this 130 because they're fast tracking him, and the money is at 135.
Not,
No,
and,
I'm
and
saying how long do you see him at 135 before going to 140? A couple years?
Oh yeah, he'll be at 135 for a good
I'm
minute.
gonna tell you this though: when he get to 35, he gonna be strong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His power is going up. So that's the thing. That's why they're not going to keep him at 130.
Strong
They
enough to
want to go
stop
him at
this.
135, and then they're going to sit there and talk that shit like they should, and
Listen,
then they
when
go to
he get to
140. A couple years.
35, he gonna be strong enough to stop Vasil Lomachenko.
That's the play.
A question:
No, I'm
Does
dead set.
anybody
That's
does
the
anybody
play.
see
They already.
does anybody
That's
see
the
Chris
play.
Colbert? Does anybody see Chris Colbert fighting any of these
Chris
guys?
Colbert not going to fight.
No, bro,
They
you're not
going to
gonna
be.
fight him.
They not
No.
going. No, Chris Colbert. They not going. The problem with that fight is Shakur and Chris know what they doing. They trying to build that fight up as long as they can build it up. That shit ain't happening at
Yo,
130.
you know
might
what
not
I
even
really,
see
you
it at
know what I
135.
really want to know? Does Roger got COVID or did they pull him out to fight somebody else? Because my gut keep telling me that motherfucker's not sick, bro. He got a different offer for a different bag that's better than the bag he was about to get for Chris. That's what my gut
It
tells
might
me.
be.
I don't think
So
he's
when-
sick, B.
So when do we see Keyshawn against Shakur at 40 or
Never.
47?
It'll
That's
never
not gonna
happen.
happen. That's
Shakur
not gonna
already
happen.
said it'll never happen. He
Yeah,
said
it's
it's
not
only
gonna
two.
And
He said it's 2 fights. It's 3 fighters he'll never fight. And well, of course he said Bud, but he's like Bud, Hitchens, and Davis. He said that he'll never fight them because
Yeah,
them
he gonna
his
happen.
boys. He said he'll never fight them. But as far as Key, oh my God, you might have you like all I'm
they're
gonna
going
say,
to be at
and
the
I
same
don't
weight
want to
classes,
banner
though.
shake. I don't want to do no promotional company shaking, but this motherfucking top rank shit they got and this matchroom shit is going. You can just eliminate PBs. It's just they don't have no young guns really. They got
don't.
about
They
they
don't invest in the future.
they just didn't invest. They got. It's like I don't know what the fuck but
It's
top rank and
dysfunction.
matchroom got shit popping. These young motherfuckers out here doing it.
Now I'm
The reason why it's so hard to make big fights is because PBC here in America is because PBC is just plain and dysfunctional.
Yeah, exactly. That's the reason they don't want to work with nobody. They got this fucking. It's just a whole mess, man. It's just a mess. It's just a mess, and it's just a mess. I ain't never seen nothing like. I've been looking at boxing for decades. I ain't never seen no shit like this before, Slim. I'm dead.
To me, PBC burnt the rice, and nothing can be done. You got to make a new pot. On that note, I'm about to cut it off. I'm fucking sleepy.
Absolutely, Flip.
It's a lot of boxing on tomorrow. I'll catch you on the next one.
Hey,
Yo,
I'll check y'all.
everybody.
I'll check y'all
Julius,
boys
thanks
later.
for being on.
You going
Have a
live?
good
You
night,
going
brother.
live? You going live anything or no?
I might go live for Colbert versus whatchamacallit, the guy I think it's Garcia. I might go live for that. Taylor
fight or no? Just gonna catch that.
Nah, I want to enjoy that one.